So I haven't really gotten the chance to talk about this yet, but JaxyBeard said, I think it was last week on EW's livestream, that bears are getting pop reset with this next update. So if you've been wondering in the last week why we haven't messed with bear hunting, that's why. But I still want to go and check our maps, probably mostly just for brown bear and grizzly bear, and see if we have anything waiting from our kind of mini attempt at grinding them. But I'm so excited, like just the mere fact that as of the next update, every multiplayer server is going to have every bear drinking 4 to 8 a.m. The hunt for the gold albino grizzly and probably gold albino brown bear is on, like legit on. Kermit, thank you for the 8 months. Fro, thank you for the double 12. Welcome back, guys. Hope you're doing good. Let's get the full screen here. Take my money. It's not easy being rich. That was horrible, sorry. What's going on, Gun Up? Actually predicted one of the updates coming this year, didn't predict it'd be bears. Wait, what did you predict then? Let's actually... what the heck? We'll check these lakes first. I was gonna say let's check this lower part of the river, but we'll do the lakes and then that. Gonna find a great one black bear in multi after the reset? Well, in theory, would that not... I mean, I guess if somebody grinds for one, but our initial spawn great ones, we kind of have assumed that's not a thing because nobody gets them anymore. Hey, Wanted. Love the content. Who's hyped for the new map announcement that has to be coming soon? Dude, we have to be like within a couple of weeks of at least getting hints. Can't hear you because I'm in class? No worries. A popper set. Oh, I gotcha. That was terrible. I've done good ones. I don't know what that was. That was an abject failure. Only thing I'm looking forward to is the recent angler update. Do we have information on that? I'm assuming maybe Africa Legendaries semi-soon. Probably that's going to be most of like the second half, whatever angler portion of this stream is going to be Africa gold grinding. I still need 8 more golds on Spain to get that feeder rod, but I'm close. I just been grinding gold pumpkin seeds. Whenever I get a chance, you know, half hour here, half hour there, catch 2 or 3. That won't take too much longer, so I'm more worried about getting everything in place to get that reel I want, even though the DLC reels are almost as good. Hope Africa Legendaries. Yeah, like, Africa came out February, March? Somewhere there. It's been a while now. I feel like we need them. Yes, but I still got a great one. Whitetail multi. Well, that's fair. Hope the Africa Legendary is a Goliath Tigerfish. If it's not, I feel like that's just going to be a miss on their part. Hannah, thank you for the 29 months. How'd you get that alert to play? That's interesting. Usually the renewals don't work. Nonetheless, appreciate you coming back. I like your logo as well. Almost 30, thank you for all the amazing content. It's incredibly comforting now that I don't have the time to play as much with a 10-month-old son. I can only imagine. Congrats, hope he's doing well, and thank you again for the 29 months. What's going on, bottom boy? Jaxy said something about choosing your own server based on time of day. Kyla mentioned that. I didn't see that stream. And if there isn't one, it'll pick the closest one before. Yeah, so that'll be nice. Maybe, was it Kyla? It might have been when we were catching smallmouth yellowfish on Africa. Maybe someone told me. I thought it was Kyla, but either way. Someone mentioned to me the morning, noon, or night server thing. That's going to be a game changer, because it does suck. Like, it seems, at least, in my experience there last weekend, if you want to catch trophy yellowfish, like, evening-ish is the time to do it. If you join 3 servers and they're all the morning, it's like, well, have fun. You get 3 hours till you get to catch a, you know, the diamond that you're after. Enjoyed your 9-year video? Well, thank you, Sea Kayak. I appreciate it. I recorded that one, that was Saturday, after I got back from turkey hunting, so that was like 3 days in a row, waking up at like 3:45, so I was really tired, and I thought about taking a nap first, and I was just like, nah, we're gonna go for it. I think it turned out alright, all things considered. No Jaguar, what's that? Oh, well, I guess you can't hear me, so, we're gonna hope somehow you heard that. What's up, J-Tech? Favorite spot to hunt in Yukon? Favorite spot? Boy, as a whole, it's probably up here in the Crimson Plain. I don't even know what this stuff's called, but the reddish vegetation on this map, it reminds me of, you know, every hunting in Alaska video I ever watched as a kid. You know, people hunting moose or caribou or any of that kind of stuff. So, just getting to hunt in that environment in this game is, like, from the moment it came out, that became one of my favorite things. I do like the Dead Forest because of the species, but as far as like the terrain and stuff, it's got to be Crimson Plain. Your volume is at 1. Oh, nice. Have you talked about the EW Post? EW Post.
They posted like a red deer up close saying,
yeah,
eyes are here.
That's right. And there was a bear post they did. I kind of took that as just slowly starting to generate hype. I didn't think there was anything specific. Did you guys think there was a like a particular message there? Pop reset. When will the pop reset be coming? So if you didn't catch it, it was last week on EW's live stream, and I didn't get a chance to make a video on it because I was just turkey hunting literally every day last week. Basically, it was I would almost call it a one-off comment from Jaxy. But essentially he said, you know, the black bears, well, all the bears got the new drink times, and they decided not to do the pop resets because people usually complain when they do pop resets, and now the feedback they've gotten, they think they need to do a pop reset. And I believe that's going to be all of the bears. So grizzlies, brown bear, black bear, they should all be getting a pop reset, and that's with the next update. Whenever that may be. As far as why we're doing this now and not, you know, down the road at some point, mostly because it's a relatively recent, you know, revelation, let's say, from Jaxy that this is happening. And also, I recorded a video earlier, and I won't tell you what it was, but it was a challenge video. I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. But oh my god. Like, the neighbors were, I think they were power washing their camper, so Shadow kept barking at that. And then the farmer came through with his tractor, and Shadow was barking at that. And then I had, I was going to do it on a different map, disconnected from a couple of them, and I was getting so annoyed. Like, again, I think the video turned out good, but I was so frustrated. I'm like, I'm not grinding today. We're doing something else. So let's go and hunt bears. I did think they were weird-looking antlers, Mason. I'll give you that. Have you ever been in Turkey? I have not. I thought that was something about turkey hunting at first, and I was very confused. Have you ever played The Long Dark? No, and I haven't. I've got it on Steam. Let me tell you when I bought it. I bought it 2018. I don't even think I've installed it. It always kind of looked interesting to me. I liked Subnautica. I liked what was that called? Osiris New Dawn, like some sort of adventure survival games. I don't know why I never actually got into The Long Dark at all. Hey, Maximus. Congrats on 9 years. Thank you, Spruce Lodge. I really appreciate it. It's been wild to, you know, go on the YouTube journey, as I've always called it. Doing it for 9 years and doing it as a job. When I got started in it, that wasn't even like a consideration. I just liked sharing cool kills in Classic, basically. Hey, I killed a piebald feral hog. Check this out. That kind of stuff. Baldwin, thank you for subscribing. Good to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Got a turkey 2 weeks ago. There you go. I'm still looking. I thought I might have a real chance on Saturday. It was 39 degrees. First of all, I gotta tell you my MacGyver story. So it's been raining nonstop. Like every day it's been raining. I walked across the hayfield Friday, and some of that grass is about waist high now. So I was soaked by the time I got to my spot. It was in the 40s Friday. I was pretty cold just sitting there all morning. So Saturday, I got to my parents' house, and I was like, oh, it's going to be like that again because it rained all day. And I'm like, how am I? I'm not sitting here in 39-degree weather with my clothes being soaked. It's just going to suck. And I looked in the back of my truck, and there's an emergency poncho. I'm like, So I put it on upside down, and then like tied the, I guess what would still be the bottom, but around my waist. And I got to my blind, didn't get a single drop of water on me. It was excellent. This bird was gobbling his head off down the bottom, like 200 yards below me. I'm like, yes, he's responding to my calls. I'm just going to be really casual with this. He's going to come in. I'm going to smoke him. I'm going to be so proud of myself for getting across here and not being soaking wet. This is going to be a good day. And he didn't come in. Did I have to fall? Dude, I had to slow down to find my turn. I mean, I've driven that. Since I've lived here for 3 years, I've driven that route hundreds and hundreds of times, and I couldn't figure out where I was. It was so foggy. Can I see your codex? Yeah. Want, like, I'm assuming this. The Great One counter is incorrect, if that's what you're after. It's supposed to be 5. They screwed it up when they added the initial Great One counter, then removed it. W moment. I should have, I mean, it was dark, so it would have been hard to film it, but I should have gotten footage of that, because I was like, I felt like such a genius. Biggest buck you ever shot? It's in the channel banner. It's the one I shot in 2021. He was 180 and 6/8, gross non-typical. Great one. Roe deer is my vote for next great one. So assuming we stick with the base game thing, because I always want mule deer, obviously. Mule deer could be cool. I still think Roosevelt elk would be my choice, but as far, like, look at the 5-star roe deer in Way the Hunter. As far as Call of the Wild's roe deer go, compared to, like, other hunting games and compared to trophy roe deer in real life, they're a little behind the curve. It would be nice if we had better roe deer to strive for. I don't know why I'm shooting females. I don't intend to come back here 12 times, so guess we'll do it. Genius, that's me. Flinter, your genius showing. Where? Saturday got wet walking in the woods while turkey hunting. Yeah, I mean, this time of year you're going through, you know, ferns and even just like small trees that have their leaves. I don't know what they're called, those umbrella plants? You know what I mean? All that stuff's like, it's tall enough if you're wearing calf-length boots even, they're over top of them. Honestly, access deer or black buck would be really cool. I wonder what they would do with black buck. Access deer could be interesting. The thing is, and this was the case with red deer and they figured it out, I would say this was the case with moose and they figured it out. Maybe less so with whitetail. And then there's bears and fallow deer. Yeah, kind of with fallow too. The diamonds for so many species in this game are so big as is, it's hard to imagine making them even bigger for a great one. And I do think access deer kind of fall into that category, but like I said, they figured it out for a couple species, so why can't they do it again? Finally killed a bird on camera last week. That shameless super chat plug will be coming once the video's uploaded. Sounds good. I'll have to check that one out. I definitely think they're adding 2 great ones with the next update. If it's taking them this long, I'm not going to get my hopes up that much because I will end up disappointed. I still can't remember. I talked about it in the recent past. There was something I got all hyped up for and I just was really disappointed. So I just stopped doing that to myself. Like, I just refuse to get hyped about something until I know what it's going to be. But, it'd be nice. It would be nice to have something to strive for long term. Because let's say it's, what's the last map that had well, Emerald Coast had a bunch of new species. Let's say it's an Emerald Coast, but maybe a little harder to get diamonds on. I do think one of Emerald Coast's issues is it was kind of easy to get all the diamonds. Maybe there's 6, 7, 8 new species to try to get diamonds of. There's that, and then we can assume there's a great one. I think Jaxy maybe even said that. Once you've gotten that, then you're waiting for the next update. 2 great ones would really, like, you'd have some time until you run out of stuff to do, you would think. 2 days ago, I shot a piebald red fox and didn't even notice it was piebald. Well, hopefully you got it tagged, right? They don't always show up super well. Pop reset with the next update. So Jaxy said this on EW's live stream last week. Basically, just as like almost a throwaway comment, that they didn't do a pop reset for bears when it was mostly about black bear, but when all bears got the new drink time, the 4 to 8 a.m. drink zones. Based on feedback, they now think it's worth doing a pop reset for bears, and they're going to do that with the next update. When that next update is, we don't actually know exactly, but I assume that's, you know, sometime in a month or so, so there's plenty of time. Great ones are gross. I think great ones are cool. I think maybe they could have done a better way of going about getting them, but it is what it is. Generally, you have to work for it. I do appreciate that. I just wish it was a different... I like hunting, you know? How many super rares do you have? I think 7? 7 or 8? I don't know. Every time somebody asks that, I have to sit here and list them out because I can't remember. No worries, Mateus. Hope I'm saying that correctly. What's up, Joe? Hot dogs or burgers? Oh, burgers all day. Deer burgers specifically. I will eat a beef burger, no questions asked. But if I get my preference, venison burgers. We have venison hamburger thawing on the stove right now. I don't know what we're going to make with it yet. Maybe I'll grill burgers. That's what we did last time.
We have those onions.
We do it. Yeah, they have Vidalia onions in the Walmarts now. It's that time of year. And just like anything to put those on is 100% worthwhile. Get your turkey? No, not yet. I'm gonna slow it down probably this week. Try to get some videos done and all that kind of stuff. Because I'm getting the impression they're pretty henned up at the moment. I've got some ideas of how I'm gonna try to approach it. I'll probably hunt like maybe Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or something like that. But let's think. Monday my dad killed his. Tuesday must have been the day I had the... No, I just saw a hen on Tuesday. Wednesday I didn't go. Thursday I saw a Jake. I do not remember my Friday hunt at all. Oh, Friday I didn't hear or see a thing. And then Saturday I had a bird gobbling a bunch. But I think he was with a hen. Like, my ultimate determination as to why he never came in was I think he was with a hen. Slade, thank you for the super chat. Very much appreciate the support. Would non-herd management increase spawn of typical whitetail? I can't imagine why it would. There's a way to get over here, and I don't think I went the right way. I think ultimately, it's just down to like, you know, RNG, basically down to luck, which rack you get. There does seem to be some weight correlation with the rack, and I don't know if there's anything, you know, herd management maybe get you more max weight animals. That seems to be a thing, but I can't imagine that ultimately makes any difference. I think you're better off herd managing and potentially getting more bites at the apple per se, more great ones to spawn, and eventually one ends up being typical. But I'm so like, I have one great one of every species. I am probably the wrong person to ask when it comes to trying to get a certain rack. Whatever rack and fur I get is the one that I get, you know? Everything's better in cast iron? True. Hey, Sable. Who would have thought, huh? What's really cool about the bird I killed is you can see the tree I was saddled in when I shot my... Oh. I was like, you shot a turkey from a saddle? When I shot my archery buck last year directly behind the bird. Nice. That's cool. I think our season ends this weekend. We have till, I think it's 2 weeks from today. Memorial Day? Yeah. That'd be 2 weeks. I think soon they'll be looking for the last hens. Yeah, I'm imagining either sometime this week or beginning of next week. The part of our season where we can hunt in the afternoon starts a week from today. So I'll try to make the most of that too, but we used to have more season, and I'm sure it's because of the bird population and all that kind of stuff. They factor all that sort of stuff in when they make the seasons every year. But it used to be like 2 or 3 weeks of only hunting until noon, and then at least 2 weeks of hunting in the afternoon. This year we get 1 week of hunting afternoon, and only 2 weeks before that. I think it's only a 3-week season. Started on the 4th? Yeah, something like that. 3 weeks and a couple of days. Hey Reed, welcome back, hope you're doing good. Just hate PA's turkey season so much for people that work 5 days a week, it's not conducive. Yeah, it's the fact that we can't hunt Sundays and stuff definitely makes it tough. I know Aaron killed his bird on a Sunday there in Indiana, like the second day of their season. I bet you it won't rain on Sundays. Hi. Not gonna lie, I thought there were gonna be more bears lining this river, but maybe down on this side there will be. 9+ years, thanks for the fun and info. My pleasure, man. Did you get a diamond stubble quail just hunting or grind some? I really don't remember if I got it in single player or multiplayer. I remember the circumstance. And I didn't grind for it, but yeah, it could have been, it was probably multiplayer. I had the track. I think there might have been 2 max weight tracks in the same flock. And I was just going along and I said something to the effect of like, it's going to be hard to identify this one. That was it, because there were 2 max weight tracks, and I said, like, it's going to be hard to know which one this one is, unless it's a level 3, and then immediately spotted level 3. Are you allowed to hunt turkeys in the evening? Here, we got to be done hunting at noon and out of the woods by 1 until the 20th. Up north is where the population's low. Yeah, here, our population seems to have rebounded. Our population was terrible 2-3 years ago. Population reset? I feel like I've missed something. Okay, so it's only a bear population reset, at least as far as I understood what Jaxy said. I would have made a video on this, but I was turkey hunting literally every day last week, including Tuesday when EW's stream was. Essentially, they're resetting the bear populations because it caused a whole bunch of confusion. Basically what happened was, if you're not familiar, when they changed black bear and also brown bear and grizzly drink time to 4 to 8 a.m., you had to go into the old zones and shoot them, and they would show up in the new zones. However much that was, you know, to try to not mess up people's grinds, and however much was any other reason, I don't know. But basically, like, a bunch of people didn't understand what was going on. So, they're doing population resets for all the bears with the next update, whenever that is, probably a few weeks yet. But I figured we'd go out here and check it out in the meantime. The map is indeed Yukon Valley. Whereas I believe TK once said Vukon Yali. I don't remember how that happened, actually. Something to do with the stream. No heart shot? Now he's dead. How do I... Oh, never mind. They should have just done the reset when the animals had a need zone change. Yeah, like... Again, I get if they were trying not to mess up people's grinds, but now all that's happened is... Anybody that's grinding for them, they had to go at night and go and shoot every single bear and try to get them to show up in the daylight. And they're going to do all that work, and now they're going to just reset them anyway. So, yeah, it would have been better if they had just done the reset to begin with, but it is what it is. Are you going to hunt brown bear today? Yes. I don't think we can do nothing but bear hunt for 2 hours and not get bored. I'm not sure how long we're going to, like, I don't know how we're going to divvy up Call of the Wild versus the Angler today, but we'll see. What's up, Wesley? I think ours is 7 or 8 weeks, and in Wisconsin, I think. We have a fall season. So we have the fall season as well, and I think ours is still hens or gobblers. It used to be any weapon. I don't know if it's literally any weapon, but like, you could use a rifle, you could use shotgun bow, obviously. Now it's only shotgun and bow in the fall, too. That, I think, is good. What's up, Ribbit? Doing some weeding right now, and the weeds never end. They're everywhere. That's how it goes, dude. I just, right before the stream, I went and sprayed the area of our yard that's going to be the garden. This should have been done 2 weeks ago, but it's rained every day. And we did a garden last year, well, more of a pumpkin patch last year, because Kylo wanted to plant pumpkins. And, it's in a decent spot, but the sun doesn't get to it as much as we'd like. And it's underneath some, like, white pines, I think they are. And I guess those pine needles are kind of acidic and bad for the soil. So we're doing the garden in another place, and we're way behind. And I was thinking of all the weeding and stuff I'm going to have to do while spraying that, but I'm looking forward to it. What's this about a pop reset? Alright, I'm going to tell the short version of the story, because I don't really know why I need to tell the whole thing. Basically, bears, all bear species are getting a pop reset with the next update. Thus, I wanted to go and check on our bears before that. The update's probably several weeks away, but there's plenty of stuff we're working on, whether it's the Gensbuck grind, whether it's the Latent Trophy Cabin. I have a fun thing that I'm doing for tomorrow's video that I think I'm going to do some more for other maps. So basically, with the thought that we have some time today, I figured we'd check on our bears. Need a pop reset command? We do. Are brown grizzlies considered rare? Mel. Are brown grizzlies considered rare? Maybe males? Pin a comment? I'm gonna have to, if somebody types one up, that is true, nobody does read it. I'm probably better off just quickly answering the question. I'm so bad at that. Like, I'm always worried about not giving people enough information. I do this when I'm typing, I do this on streams, I do this in videos. I over-explain everything because I'm always afraid of someone, like, especially on stream. Someone asks a question. I try to over-explain it because there's a decent chance I might miss their response because I'm rambling and maybe the response is buried by chat by the time I look back. But you know, once you guys have heard me tell you why the bears are getting reset 20 times, some of you guys don't want to hear it anymore, and I get that. I believe they are, but it's a weird one. You're a weird one. Got him. When's your next Way the Hunter video? It should be this week. I was going to do one last week, but with the classic 9 years on YouTube video dropping Sunday, I decided to cut the Way the Hunter weekend video. Probably, maybe Thursday. That might work. We'll see. Alright. I guess we'll go up here. I don't know how many grizzlies drink up here, but worth a look. Wanted to get one in all 49 states. I don't know how many states have whitetail, but I had the same thought with whitetail after I got my West Virginia buck. And I've since been to Kentucky, Indiana, and Tennessee, and haven't even sniffed one. Kind of sniffed one in Indiana. True, I am super weird. Got my first rare Rocky Elkin Classic yesterday. Oh, Leucistic is a good one, dude. I've never seen a Leucistic Rocky. I think albino exists too. I only have Mela and Piebald. Leucistics look awesome. They're that like goldish color. Yeah, Kermit, I'm assuming, again, my plan is to turkey hunt tomorrow, so maybe I'll get a video on whatever they announce if it's big enough news. But, I'm assuming it's got to be a fair, amount of content or whatever. Their map release schedule, though, would say we're not getting a map till August, so I don't know what this might be. Do you own any Sitka gear? Don't think so. I'm trying to think, because, like, for instance, I remember my sister got a Sitka, like, neck gaiter for my dad for Christmas one year. I don't even think I have, a random piece of Sitka gear like that. Hey, CT. Welcome on in. You can sniff all you want when I finally annoy you into coming to Illinois. Oh, nice, John. You got a melanistic gold muley. They do look amazing. I have one... Early days of Truax, I'm lucky it wasn't pre-Truax, and it remains one of my favorite trophies. They look awesome. Did you happen to see my first message at the start of the stream about the EW post yesterday? Nope, I did not. If you clean gutters and half listening, I was rambling about bears, so no worries at all. I saw someone said hi to you, and then I saw your next message, and I figured I missed something. So grizzlies are getting reset. As far as I know, all bears are getting a pop reset with the next update. You think a wild hog great one would be cool? Yeah, I think the only thing that sucks is you can only do so much with tusks. Now, fur-wise, hogs may have the most just like, let's say, realistic, variations they could do. They have all kinds of different colors and like spots and like kind of, I don't know if stripes is the right word, but like belted hogs and all that. There's so many combos. I think it could be neat. Is EW announcing something tomorrow? I haven't had the, like... Usually Jaxy gives us a heads up, like, hey, you should be in the stream tomorrow. And I haven't heard anything, so I'm not aware of anything. Way the Hunter, if you heard me talking about update stuff tomorrow, Way the Hunter is announcing something tomorrow. Did you know the air gun could do the 22 trick? Yeah, I still never made a video on this, and I probably should. The way that I got my, my Diamond Greylag and Tundra Bean Geese was with the 45 air rifle. I killed hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of geese with that. And, yeah, it does the same thing. It alerts them. The thing about it is, it's so quiet. It actually alerts them less, which can be good. Think about a 1,000-pound Great One hog. But yeah, like Johnny said, basically like the Hogzilla type thing. I think that should be the starting point. Like, that's the inspiration, and then go wild from there with, maybe one that's got broken teeth, one that's got, like, almost a curled tusk. Furs, like I said, millions of options. That's just the way to do it. What's going on, Owen? I'm doing good. How about you? Shot Hog last year he was straight black, but the rest of them were so gorgeous. Yet, like, they kind of have it in Classic, and a little bit to the same degree in this game. They've got all the different furs and stuff. You just take it to the next level with Great Ones and make some really cool looking stuff. I think it could work. Hope you finally get that 400 non-tip muley for Classic. Classic vids are so enjoyable for me. Well, I've been hitting Classic pretty hard. I didn't get on there today. But most days when I'm editing lately, I've been tree stand editing. Timber Gold's producing. I've killed 2 non-tips, a 237 typical, a solid wolf like 16.3, a 398 and 387 elk. And I think, what did somebody get off my map? Oh, somebody killed a dilute mule deer buck a couple of weeks ago. So it's working. I don't know when all the stars align to get a 400 non-tip, but big males are starting to show up. Shot one of every animal in Classic yesterday and got that banner. I want to do the weapons one too, but there's so many. There are. I want to do the 100 of every animal one, but Puma's taking me forever. I've only got 30 some. Lynx, I've got like 50 some. And then I think it's like Sambar and I need a few more white-tailed ptarmigan. But it's like, do I work on that? Or do I try to get the 400 non-tip by one? And typically I choose the 400 non-tip. I was for a while tree stand editing, I guess, with Lynx, but I gave up. 0.01 off from symmetrical with a non-tip? That's cool. What's up, Tommy? Ruben asks, call the wild away the hunter. The way that I try to answer these questions is, if I could only play one for the rest of my life, which would I choose? And it would be Call the Wild. I like Way the Hunter. I love the concept. I think like trying to manage your herds and all that is cool. What happens with Way the Hunter is at a certain point you run out of stuff to strive for, I guess, and maybe you start to only explore a really small percentage of the map because that's where the genetics are the best. I think that's its downfall. I'm not sure how you get around that when it comes to like their core premise is managing your herds. So I'm not sure how you get to the point where it's worth checking the rest of your maps. Like, of course, you may find a 5-star anywhere, but it's almost not even worth the time. Whereas in Classic or in Call of the Wild, you kind of want to check everywhere because you never know where that trophy is going to show up. That's what ultimately, like, that's why usually Way the Hunter now is like once a week. There was a point where it was twice a week consistently because I was just all in, but you get to that point where you've kind of, I guess you've figured out where all the good spots are, so you only hunt those. Do you think non-tips will come to the game in the future? I don't know. Something that we'll often quote, and this goes way back. I'm talking like 2017, 2018 EW streams. They once said that everything that the Hunter Classic has eventually will be in the Hunter Call of the Wild. And for the most part, minus maybe like camouflage that actually matters, the occasional piece of equipment and stuff, most things have made their way into the game. But non-typical antlers, minus great ones, is one thing that hasn't. Not only do I think they should do it with, whitetail, mule deer, blacktail, any deer species, elk non-tips, moose non-tips. It could be amazing. I'd love that. Way the Hunter is a game that if you don't get a rare male, is pointless. Can you elaborate? When you putting trail cams out? Yeah, about the same time as you probably. My cams, I still have some cams out from last year. Got a couple in. I need to, there we go, there's a male. I wonder, this will be interesting. I need to get new batteries and then get all those changed and get them out because it's... Where is that thing? Did I go further than I meant to? Oh, there he is. Anyway, it's that time of year, like, I saw a buck when I was turkey hunting, I think Friday. They're starting to get little antlers and it won't be long. They start to branch off. You can start to distinguish, like, hey, this is this buck, this is a new buck. It gets real fun, like, in the next month. I can't wait. So the Flinter bow will eventually be in Call of the Wild. I don't know if they'll ever do anything like that, and I wonder if they were to do something like that, would it make more sense to do like a content creator, let's say, cosmetic pack where you can just put the skin on any weapon? I don't know. It would be cool. I'd love that. But I have no idea if it's ever going to happen. Will the reset affect fallow? As far as I know, it's the bear species specifically, but I cannot promise that. The way I understood what Jaxy said on stream, it sounded like just bears. They definitely have that ability to only reset like particular species, so I can't imagine why they would reset everything else. Are you going on an out-of-state hunt this year? Well, I did Kentucky for turkeys. That sounds like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I don't know. In mid-April? That didn't turn out to anything. I'm not sure what else is happening this year. In many aspects, for many different people that may or may not be involved, life is coming at us fast, so we'll see what other hunts happen, but hopefully. Why are they going to reset bear? As far as I know, like, it was just really confusing for players that maybe didn't do Great One grinds and stuff. Like, I gotta go hunt them at night and shoot them all, and then they show up in their daylight zones. Like, people that don't grind or don't pay attention to EW streams and stuff probably just have no idea what's going on. They're just better off resetting them. After a certain point, you have multiple 5 stars of each animal, and most are similar rack shapes, so rares shake it up. I mean, I would say, yeah, I'm with you. The biggest thing that's kind of kept me playing a good bit of the game has been killing cool rares. Like, going all the way back, really since Showstopper, I've had a specific rare that I'm after on one of my maps the entire time. A couple of them have made 5-star. I've had 2 Mellas that ended up as 3 stars. The Moose should have been a 4-star. I just lost track of his age. When you have, like, a promising rare, I mean, you do everything you can to pass a bunch of time, and you really try to manage those herds and stuff. But when you're just waiting, it gets a little monotonous. I should start a channel called 3-Day Thrill Seekers for a hunting channel. Honestly, though, that's pretty accurate. Is the freshman biology exam hard? I have the same teacher you had? I didn't have freshman biology, though. I had... I mean, assuming this is actually true. I'm gonna have to... I'm trying to figure out who you are right now, but... I had science as a freshman. I had, who the heck taught me bio? Maybe it was still her. I think, yeah, I had it my sophomore year. And then I went on a canoe trip. I don't remember it being terribly bad, but... yeah, I don't know. That was a while ago. With any final, if you study the material and stuff, you should be fine. What's going on, Big Duck? So are they changing the need zone times of bears? Well, it's already been changed. It's, all bears drink 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. now. This pop reset is just going to make it so any stragglers that you haven't shot are going to be in the new zones. There's not going to be that discrepancy where, like, bears that drank in the old zones, the 2000 hours to midnight zones, they would stay drinking at that time till you shot them and their respawns went into the morning zones. That's not going to be a thing anymore. They're just going to drink in the 4 to 8s after the update, which is going to be really nice. Did you take AP classes in high school? Yeah, I had a decent number of them. Mostly, like, math classes. I think I had Algebra 2 as a freshman. And I don't think there was any AP sophomore math classes, because I think everybody did geometry. And then it was like trig as a junior and calc as a senior. Something like that. Oh, big male. Holy. Oh, I got you, AC. I got you. Do you think tomorrow's stream will have a new reserve teaser? I mean, maybe. But I'm going to tell you, the reason that I am not expecting it is typically when there's something coming. Like, we'll get a message as creators, like JaxyBeard will usually be like, hey, you might want to be at the stream to, like, you know, cover this. I haven't heard anything. Doesn't mean that that message isn't coming later, but I haven't heard anything. If they redo Red Deer, Fur, and Rax, would you go after another great one? Does the one that exists stay as one of the variants? If they make it so that's no longer a Great One variant at all, probably I'd go after another one. I will tell you, and I think I already said this, so I'm not really, you know, spoiling anything. I've got a plan. I don't know when this is going to happen. It may be way down the road. But one thing that I want to do here is an additional Great One grind for the Latent Trophy Cabin. That center platform I want to do as a Great One. I don't know what species yet. Fallow would be the obvious one because they're kind of easy to grind for, and they're, I think they would stand out really nice in that spot. I could also, because I've got a couple of rares from the just hunting on Hirsch. Oh, that's the thing though. Okay, I'll get back to that. It could make for a nice multi-mount. My thought was, though, I should, or maybe even have to, do it on Hirschfelden or Leighton to really fit with the series. That may be a reason to not do fallow. Some big beef? Holy! Level 8 albino water buffalo 163. Oh, dude, nice. That's like exactly what I want. I mean, obviously, like, super rare would be the dream, right? But an albino water buffalo of that size is awesome. Big male. To the Hall of Shame he goes. Hunting harlequin ducks. Nice. Best advice for self-filming hunts. I just purchased a Canon G70 to try and get started. Any editing software recommendations? Okay, so as far as editing software, I use Sony Vegas 365. It's basically like a yearly subscription. I think JTAC can probably answer this because I think he just got it too. I think it's $110 a year, something like that. It's a little much for like just starting out, but it is pretty, like, you can do almost anything you want with that editing software. It's really, as much time as you're willing to put into learning it and stuff, you can do almost anything with it. Big Duck, thank you for the gifted sub, gifted membership even, to Kyla. Much appreciated.
I didn't realize that.
Thank you, thank you. I was confused because I thought it said you gifted one. I was like, wait, no. Anyway, something that's similar, if you want to try it out. Now I lost your name, but you can assume I'm still talking to you as far as editing softwares go. DaVinci Resolve has a paid software and a free software that's relatively similar to Vegas Pro. If you want to try DaVinci Resolve, their free trial, it doesn't run out. There's just certain things you can't do with it. Maybe that's a place to start. Do you have a camera arm? Do you hunt from a tree stand? Like, what type of hunting do you do? Hey, Tristan. Welcome on in. Killed my first 265 fallow deer yesterday. It was a chocolate fur type. They look good, man. That's awesome. Be nice if you can make multi-trophies from the same ones as now. Oh, yeah. If you could do, say, a huddle whitetail with an albino doe in the middle or something. Yeah, to a degree, I understand why they haven't done that. Because with certain mounts or certain poses, it wouldn't make sense. They have to position things a certain way, and the male and the female models are different. Therefore, maybe it would screw up the positioning. I guess one thing to do would be to remake it such that, you know, the male and female is positioned in that spot, but extra work for them, and, you know, how worth it is that. I'm with you, though. I wish they would do it. Oh, boy, Mr. Schrader. Albino male water buffalo. That would be a tough one. Maybe, though. I'm going to, and I don't know when this will be, maybe post mule deer. I'm gonna set up like that sandbar tree stand hotspot, and I want to get an albino. Hello there. That's on my list. Maybe there's a way to try to like kind of hunt some water buffalo along the way. That's the point. Yeah, how many people have them? It's probably like in the hundreds, if that. Stuff like a female coyote or cougar should be fine. You would think, right? But I'm not a, you know, game developer. I don't know how much stuff goes into that. Oh, there you go, Robbie. 11-9 brown bear, 26 to 28 estimate. That's decent. Welcome on in, Tristan. What's your favorite trophy you've ever gotten? In this game, I mean, the Great One Whitetail is always going to be special because, like, at that point, basically nobody had one, and I think there was only one on Twitch and one on YouTube, I think. And I can't remember if the guy that got his on Twitch also put it on YouTube. But they were so new at the time, so that made it special. But as far as just, like, removing circumstances, my piebald diamond gray fox is my favorite ever. It's such a cool animal. Somebody did just get one not very long ago. So now I do know there's another one that exists, but for years there, I think I was the only one that even had one. That also made it cool. Sandbar would be nice. I got a 255. There you go. How big do they get? I don't even know. They used to go above 300, but now they don't, and, like, I no longer know what the upper end is. Dumb question, and see, I got this wrong with Shio in our chat, because there's another Shio as the mod in the official server. But I'm pretty confident you're the right Mr. Schrader. How long have you been a mod in the official server? Because I saw that like today and I was like, hang on a minute. I didn't realize that. I had like 40 diamond fallow, 2,000 kills. No, great one is getting kind of exhausting. It happens. It does. I'd highly recommend like trying to find something to maybe watch on the side, listen to music, whatever kind of keeps you going. And just, you gotta power through it. Like it'll get boring. That's just kind of the way it works. Basically, you gotta let your desire to get one win out over your boredom of, you know, in the moment, right? Been a mod since Valentine's Day sometime in February. Okay. I will be honest, like, I'm in there a decent bit, but I'm usually specifically looking at either, like, the partner channel or the Great One channel. So it's not hard for me to miss stuff. Oh, that's the worst Broncos country. I've had... multiplayer has been horrible lately. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, the Call of the Wild multiplayer experience right now is one of the poorest multiplayer experiences I've had in any game ever. Whether it's can't stay connected to servers, whether it's getting kicked, you know, what sucks is what happens so often. A host will leave, someone else gets host, and they immediately kick everybody. That sucks. The other thing is the hackers. I was playing on, well, I'll give you the map because I sort of gave away a little bit of what I'm doing tomorrow for a video that I think was fun. But I was on Mississippi. Something around. I was going up the river. Fortunately, I got what I wanted. We'll give away no more info than that. And then next thing I know, I hear like boom, boom, boom. But each one was getting like freakishly close. I was like, how's he doing that? And I look, guy speed hacking, flying right up the river. I'm not the host. I can't do anything about it. And I finally got a server I'm not disconnecting from, so I'm not going to leave. I just got to go somewhere else, you know? We've got Brandon and Big Duck. I think Brandon with the renewal and Big Duck with the new Shoesty membership. Welcome, welcome, guys. Looks like the alerts are wanting to not cooperate at the moment, but nonetheless, I appreciate it. If you're not in the Discord, be sure to join that as well. Link up your YouTube Get the Member roll. Enjoy the green name and emojis in chat here. And thank you for the support. Got my first Red Deer Diamond Big Rack 264. Did you post that in the official? I may have seen that. Wait. Oh, it was you. I was gonna say, I knew I heard an aggressive moose. Okay, I was unaware that you can kill a moose without the animation. That brain shot, oh, and brain and neck is maybe why, insta-killed it so hard that it didn't, like, do the run and fall forward animation. Wesley, I don't know why they haven't. I don't understand that. The only thing I can assume is there's maybe some kind of thing with Microsoft where it's a requirement that use their matchmaking system. I recently rewatched that video where you got your albino green-winged teal, and it convinced me to try and get one. It's gonna be a long grind. Are you doing it in single player? Honestly, yeah, that's a dumb question. I don't know why anybody would do that in multiplayer with state of multiplayer. Who was it posted by? I can't remember. I remember the post specifically like saying, like, I just spotted my first red deer and it's a guaranteed, or my first diamond red deer and it's a guarantee. Nice, Andy. First super rare piebald moose. That's one, like, back in the day, I think maybe it was because they were the biggest animal on Layton and they would stand out the most. I used to see the occasional, like, super rare moose getting posted. I always thought that was so cool. That's awesome, man. Favorite horror movie? I don't watch a ton of them, and usually if I do, it's one that Kyla wants to watch, so I don't remember the titles. It'll probably be any of the, like, Conjuring ones and stuff. I kind of like those. Oh, what was that? I didn't really like that one that much. That one, like Malignant or something? I don't know if that counts as a horror movie. It was decent. I like the idea, anyway. The movie itself was meh. What is the pop reset? Basically, bears are getting their populations reset with the next update. I think it's just bears. But it should be grizzlies, brown bear, and black bear to get them all into that new drink time that, oh, it's been a thing since, I think, the 300 AR came out. So, like, what, March? They finally decided to just do a pop reset, which they should have done to begin with, but, you know, is what it is. Can people hack on Xbox? People can hack on console, but it's much more rare. Looks like Ultima Hunting is dead. Did I miss something there? Oh, CT's asking about the release date for it. Yeah, I haven't seen anything posted in a while. Let me go to their Discord again. No social news since December. That's not good. Yeah, I don't know. I really, especially with, you know, we haven't had a new map in Call of the Wild since last summer. I think Way the Hunter is getting tougher to do, like, long-term stuff because as people understand the game more and more, it's just, like, you know, you really learn to go to the hotspots and that's kind of it. A new hunting game right about now would be fantastic, but I don't think Ultima Hunting is going to be the hero that we need and don't deserve, or deserve but don't need. One of them. Clothing update. I didn't see. Tyler said, where did you see Way the Hunter's post? In their Discord? She told me about it, but I didn't go look. Oh yeah. Yeah, that looks like the, what's it called, the Doc Monsignor or something in Classic? Hopefully there's a bunch of different clothing options though. That would be cool. Give me like legit camo. I'm upset because I reset my game from level 30 just so I could reset my population. Well, that is really annoying. I talked about that earlier. I didn't think of that side of it. But that's what I said too, like anybody that, you know, maybe they really wanted to hunt albino grizzlies or brown bear and they spent potentially weeks trying to find all their zones and shoot all the bears so they show up in the daylight, only for them to do the pop reset anyway. That stuff sucks, but, you know, like I said, I guess at least they're doing it. It definitely, in the end, didn't end up being handled the ideal way, but that happens. Have you played Pal World recently? Honestly, not. Probably since February. It's another one of those games, and I even said it before I started playing it, like, eventually, once I've sort of seen all the things there are to see, I'll probably get bored of it, but maybe I'll mess with it with whatever updates have happened. Nothing yet, Maximus. Fishing Australia's in here, welcome on in. And on the note of Call of the Wild, do you think that we'll get some new map news tomorrow? I hope there's a hint of some kind. But usually, like, as creators, what is that thing? That's wild looking. We usually get some kind of heads up like, hey, you might want to be in the stream, and I haven't heard a thing. Now, if I had heard a thing, I wouldn't tell you, but I also wouldn't say it that way. Usually Jaxy says it on the streams too. Like, you know, you guys will want to come back next week because, you know, something juicy's coming or whatever. Pokemon with guns? Holy. I vowed to not hunt a bear till they caved in pop reset, so that's good news for me. I'm just hyped, again, for like the multiplayer side of it, knowing that every server I ever go in, from whenever the next update drops till hopefully forever, but who knows, they may change them again. But at least from when the next update drops going forward, if I get in a server that's 4:30 a.m., every bear is going to be in their drink zone. That's going to be hype. Tell us what you know. I legitimately don't know anything. I'm hoping the map is Arctic or an Asian mountain map. Could an Asian mountain map have Marco Polo sheet? Because if so, give me that right now, please. I'm a casual player, so I don't mind. Love the progression. Honestly, I feel you there. The progression in any game is one of my favorite parts. You should get to keep your trophies too, right? I assume that's the case. When is the pop reset happening? I haven't been playing for a while and I want to know what to look forward to. Whenever the next update is, what Jaxy said. Yukon Beans. What's going on, mistress? I wondered what happened there. Still would have just been a silver. Alright, it's about 4 o'clock. I say we jump to... Do we want to do Medved? Let's do Medved. Medved's kind of better for bears. Probably we're going to have to hunt at night. but that is what it is. What's a pop reset? Essentially, what's going to happen with the next update, Expansive Worlds will... Essentially, what's going to happen is it's going to remove all of the bears on your current maps and replace them with new bears. Now, the reason they're doing that is so that they use the new drink zone times of 4 to 8 a.m. And actually, I think here on Medved, we'll be able to have a perfect example of why that needs to happen. Actually going to go forward like 20 minutes. Make sure they're in their zones. Marco. Polo! Sorry. One of their South American map, like Brazil or Colombia? What would be like the best... Like, what species would be added to a map like that? For how many years and where did you buy the game from? I just bought it on Steam. I've been playing... Technically, I got the opportunity to do, like, the lottery beta thing. It was like a 3-day beta or something in December 2016. So I guess going all the way back to then, but from release day, February 17th, 2017? Something like that. Hey, Becky and Maddie, you hunted Leighton or you hunted Hirschfelden and you were happy with it? What's going on, Dawson? Suriname is the only South African map that could... How do you say that? I never knew how to say the name of that country. But it's the only map that could come and have it be legal. You know, lowland tapirs. Ooh, they're like the little elephant-looking guys, right? But like much shorter trunks. So what you think you're doing out there, lady? Whatever it was not an effective way to live. Hello? Somebody was barking. I still hear it. Oh, they're doing the thing where they sprint at you. Good. Hope that wasn't a diamond. I didn't spot it. Ow. You know what? Nope. Oh. That was almost cool. What the heck were you doing here? Well, that one got away. Where was he, though? That entire time we were there shooting him and he just ran out of there? Little hog elephants? Yeah. Suriname, so that does sound right. I remember this from geography or whatever the heck. Sour name, are you sure about that? Argentina and Uruguay? We have Argentina. I always get it confused because I think it's because I want Patagonia now, but for some reason I get it in my head that that's what we have. Nothing like the lovely Yukon gets mauled by wolves. At least it's only in single player. Well, actually, no, not really. I wish that it was in multiplayer too. I didn't know the exact time, King Patriot, but I knew it was Wednesday. Wait, 15th? Yes. We also know Ravens Chiefs, Ravens at Chiefs even, is going to be the first game, and then that Friday night game is going to be what? Eagles Packers in Brazil? So we're getting some stuff. We're going to hear a bunch over the next couple days, like a lot of the premier games. What's going on, Devin? Been watching you since 2017. Well, that is quite some time. I appreciate you sticking around, man. Good to see you in here. Wish there was an option to make a new game on the Angler. Yeah, I had thought about doing a new player guide, you know, when I kind of got back into the game around Africa's release. And I was looking at it. Yeah, you actually can't. I could delete my save file or something, but I don't want to do that. Small. What's the easier great one to... or easiest? Great one to grind for besides red deer? Probably fallow deer. Nice little cinnamon burr. Alright, so if we go over here, we should have drinking bears. I don't really intend to do a moose grind here on Medved again, but On the off chance we ever would decide to do that, I'm going to try to be nice to my zones over here. This is where he showed up after all. Why aren't roe deer on Reventuli? I assume it was just the pure number of species on the map already. Isn't there 19 or something crazy? Yeah, Dawson. It's whatever, like, Brazil's rival's color, right? So I think it's going to be like, say, the Eagles wear their black jerseys and Green Bay wears white or something. Doesn't matter, Steelers still going to lose. Well, no, they're going to go 9-8, then they'll lose in the wild card round. That's what's going to happen. I actually think they may win a playoff game this year, but I need to see Russ before I start making declarations. Why not change roe deer for whitetail? Probably the Great One effect, if I had to guess. Will you play the Hunter Classic on live? So I stream it every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern over on Twitch. I do think I'm going to try to work the occasional class. That's Samela, right? Or something. That's really dark. But let me talk about the Bears here real quick, and then not the Chicago Bears, but then I'll get back to the classic thing. Hi, Shadow. Yeah, see if you can sink your claws into my arm. So this is what's going to happen on the reset. These bears that are currently in these nighttime drink zones, this 2000 hours to midnight zone, when the new update happens, the bears are going to get a pop reset, and every bear is then going to drink 4 a.m. to 8 a.m., which I'm super hyped about. But I don't know if that's actually a Mela, but whether it is or not, that's the point of checking, in case there is one. I'm telling you right now, though, I still am not convinced that it's like a dark brown or something. We're definitely going to shoot it and find out. Okay, as far as the classic thing. Actually, if we shoot him, the mythical will hear it but not spook? Well, if I mess up the shot, I don't think I can do 2. Well, we'll go find out if he's mellow. So yeah, I did a classic stream here on YouTube to get the rest of the bucks for the Classics Day event, and I thought it went really well. Chat was super active. Everybody was like just having a good time. I didn't feel like it was, you know, back in the day, if I would stream Classic on YouTube, Shadow quit looking at me.
She missed you.
I would get so many questions, when are you playing Call of the Wild, that it would just be to the point that I'm like, just streaming Classic on Twitch. But I thought it was fun, so hopefully we can do it more. If you bark, you're going back downstairs. She's been very, very barky today, thus she was in the kennel for the first hour of the stream. Most wanted backfill species, Rosie's on Yukon, that'd be a good one. I don't think that's melon now. What else? Rosie's on Yukon's good. Can we get blacktail on another map? I'm going to be annoyed if that's actually dark brown, because that's the one thing I said it might not be. Red brown. Alright, at least I was not, like, completely wrong. Onwards and upwards. Be a shame if something good respawns from all these and you miss out on it. I guess that's just kind of the way it goes, but we may check them again at some point. Did you get anything before turkey season ended? Ours just started, dude. We're only a week in. Now, it ends in 2 weeks because it's super short this year. But, I have not got one yet. My dad got a nice bird. I think we scored it with Boone and Crockett's system. It was 63 and change. 9 5/8 inch beard, I think. 20 pounds. And the spurs were awesome. 1 1/4 and 1 1/8. I don't even want to say I've been that close. I've been, like, I had 2 toms come through Saturday. Really nice looking birds. And I'm not sure if they just weren't looking for me or didn't see the decoy or what. I thought they were responding to my calls. But then they just waltzed on by. I don't know where I want to hunt now. I don't know if I'm better off just being on the field edges and just kind of hoping that one stops by, because at this point, a lot of them are head up. Or if I just go aggressive. My fear is going aggressive and blowing them out of there. Any tips to find more diamonds? I have 80 plus hours and only found 1. I got my first diamond at around 100 hours, so no worries there. That's just kind of the way it goes. As far as tips to find more, the biggest thing I would say is hunt around water. As dumb and as simple as that might sound, hunting near water is literally the key to finding a lot of animals. You'll notice right now, of course, these brown bears are drinking, but we're going to the different lakes around the map. and we're going to find a whole bunch of bears. Just a second ago, we had spotted some musk deer. They are not drinking, but they happen to be near water because just animals are. That's just the way to do it. So once again, I can't tell. Is that just a cinnamon? I think so. So I want to kill the bigger one instead. That would be this guy. And we'll try to smoke his friend who didn't stand up like I thought he would. So I guess his friend gets to live. Got one bird this year heading to chase some black bear. Oh, there you go. Spring bears. Got bushwhacked by a turkey while black bear hunting last year. Hope that doesn't happen this... Wait, I need to know what you mean by that. One of my bar regulars brought me 3 whole chickens to smoke yesterday, so actually I made smoked chicken salad with leftover breast. Currently eating a big old smoked chicken salad sandwich. Nice. My dad made, I don't even know exactly what it was, but it was some kind of fancy chicken thing for Mother's Day that was very good yesterday on a smoker. A lot of times we get saddled with leftovers, but everybody ate it all, so. I had leftover pizza from our Saturday night Mother's Day thing for my grandma. Your bar sounds better than tears. Love spring bear, then get to wait 3 months for archery elk. I think if I was ever going to hunt bears, it would be in the spring. We don't have a spring bear season here, so I never got into it. My neighbor sent me pictures yesterday. It was from Saturday night at like 11 o'clock Saturday night. There was a bear laying in his yard. He has a stick that he drilled holes through that he like puts peanut butter in for the woodpeckers or something. And the bear got a hold of that and was laying in his yard like a dog, chewing on it. Sitting in the woods watching one of my buddy's barrels, and a freaking turkey came up right behind me and tried to claw me. What? I did not know that even happened. Like, I know that's how, like, that's what their spurs are for and stuff, but I've never heard of one just, like, attacking somebody. It'd be one thing if maybe you snuck up and spooked it. That's wild. They can do some damage, too. Like, they're sharp. Where else? Where else? Up here's probably good. Do mountain lions have a season? I think so. We don't have them here. Are you still on your gunsbuck grind? Yes. The reason I didn't do it today is, honestly, I had like so many things happening during my video today that were slowly like making me go insane. So the video thing I recorded, I don't want to tell you exactly what it was because I think it's gonna be more fun. What do you do? Oh, you're okay. Do that. She has a little like sandpaper-ish thing. That sounds dumb. She has a thing that's supposed to like help, like, but what's the word? Like trim her claws, like sand her claws. It's like a, you put treats in it, she claws at it, it's gonna file her nails down. So if you hear her scratching at that, the reason I'm not making her stop is because she needs to do that. Anyway, so I did a challenge video that my plan for the intro and stuff is more fun if I don't tell you what it was. And the neighbors were being loud, and that was making shadow bark, and then the farmer brought the tractor through, and that made shadow bark, and I couldn't stay connected to servers, and there was a hacker running around, and I was just like slowly going nuts, and I was like, I'm not grinding today, I need to do something chill. So here we are. Why do you have your thing in meters, not yards? I mean, it really doesn't meter much to me which one I use. That was horrible. So all the weights, most of the weights I should say, in Call of the Wild are the same as Classic. A max estimate whitetail in Classic is 85 to 100, same as Call of the Wild. A max estimate, what else? Max estimate, mule deer is different. Well, blacktail up to 95 kilo. A max estimate Roosevelt elk up to 500 kilo. Moose 620. All that. Those are the same. So rather than relearn the weights, I just stayed here. You thought it was funny? I wasn't sure if that one was going to land or not. I don't like you very much. That's the thing I'm going for. As long as I get at least one of those, and it's a success. Puma. Pants? Oof. Is Shadow your dog? She is, yes. We got her on Groundhog Day. Groundhog's Day? Whatever. That and the fact that she's like mostly black. She has some white on her chest and her feet and stuff. And actually it's like a little bit of brown in the sun, but her being like dark colored also is why she's named Shadow. Name of the gun you're using right now? This is the 300 AR. It's from the high caliber weapon pack, it was called. Really stumbled there because I couldn't think of the name of it. Get out of here right now, Nightbot. I'll emote how I want. I should go through and like maybe change Nightbot's emote settings thing and allow like a couple more emotes. When we used to have like, during COVID, it was not abnormal to have 1,500 people in here every stream, and it was just madness. And honestly, there's still some settings left over from that. Your dog is a beagle built like Jabba the Hutt. Oh my. Where did you get those? Peanut butter melt away Jurassic dino bites. Wait. Do you have a great one, Moose? Yes. Killed it right here on Medved Taiga. Do you fish in real life? Not as much as I'd like to. If I ever win the lottery, I'll probably fish almost every day. It's one of those things like I make videos, you know, I self-film my hunts and stuff. So that's one additional motivation to get up and go hunting, even though I have videos to make, like these types of videos. But also, I'm never keeping fish to eat. It's just catch and release. Whereas deer, turkey, rabbits, anything else I'm hunting, like I do keep those for food. So, I don't want to say hunting's a necessity necessarily, but it's something we, you know, largely rely on. Point being, I make time for hunting even when I don't have time. I don't do that for fishing. I sort of have to have extra time to go fishing. I wish I did. I very much enjoy it. I've been getting into fly fishing. It's a lot of fun. I just never have as much time as I'd like. How's your day been so far? It's been good. Holy, what's going on, Craig? Good to see you once again. Thank you for the super chat. If I got a lot of solo males on Way the Hunter, is it a good idea to shoot them or should I leave them? As far as I know, solo males have little impact as far as like whether or not you leave them. The way I think genetics and stuff works is not necessarily just down to herd. I think it's more like area. So, you know, maybe you have 3 or 4 herds in an area, something like that. I think the average of those herds is what makes up your respawns. So, that one buck or bull or whatever you have in a certain spot, if it's low genetics, absolutely take it out. If it's high genetics, leave it. See what happens. There's no throwing back a dead deer. The only thing I would say, I just got a, wonder if that's a turkey. I just got a stealth cam notification. My cousin shot a mule deer in Colorado, I think, and they didn't eat it because it was super sagey. Is that throwing one back? Come on, camera. Don't tell me I got a notification, then don't show me. That's not right. It's rude. There it is. There's nothing there. Man, that sucks. I was all excited. Anyway. Are all the maps pops resetting? I think it's just only the bears. So, like, not even the maps that have bears, but only the bears specifically. Meaning, like, the brown bears here on Medved I think will get reset, but the moose and the musk deer and all that, they shouldn't get reset. Brown bears on Red and Tulio will get reset. Moose, birds, all that shouldn't. Muleys are so hit or miss. It's just location and what they're eating, right? So I lied earlier when I told you I don't have any bucks above their ears. Forgot I had one more card left from last week. Checking it while I ate and found a good one. There you go. Where do I want to go here? Let's do down here. Let's start here. I'm excited, man. I really want to know if that 9-point made it. Flew across on you? Maybe. That camera's there basically as like a de facto putting a bird to roost thing, because they fly from that little like bench down to the trees below to roost fairly often. And since I can't be there every night, is one way I can maybe have an idea if the birds roost there or near there. So it's too early now for one to be roosting right near there, but you know, it's getting into the afternoon. You got the Malamar? I don't have it on me right now. I do have it. What's up, Kip? What is the reset going to do? So basically all the bears should get reset with the next update. Pretty much just helping any bears that's still in the nighttime zones, as we're hunting at night right now. It's going to put them into the daylight zones. My dad and his buddy shot a buck, waited, went over to it, got back up, charged my dad, and he 360 no-scoped it. How many people can say they 360 no-scoped a buck in real life? Not me. Hey, Ryder. You haven't missed anything yet. We had a mythical brown bear that I got kind of hyped about. It looked like a melanistic in the distance, but it was not. About the closest thing to an interesting kill we've had to this point. But, what? It's 4:15, 2200 in game. That'll work. Right about 4:45 or so. We may jump to SRP and do a quick black bear run because that only takes 15 minutes anyway. Maybe a great one spawn. We've done a tiny bit of bear grinding-ish stuff here and there. So we'll check that out, and then we're going to go do some fishing. You got a piebald bear? There are no piebald bears, actually. The next update is in when the map comes out, or before that? I thought Jaxy said the next update is when the map comes out, so I think when the map comes out. Don't think he's the #1 buck I chased here last year, but he could be that 9 that I wanted to go another year. I know he survived. There you go. If it's at the size that I'm imagining based on what you said already, then it should be a shooter. Great one incoming, imagine. I wouldn't complain. I wouldn't hate having 2 great one bears for that multi-mount, but I went 8,000 kills once. I don't feel like doing it again. The dragon was driving a Lamborghini? Yeah. Been seeing social media pics of a bear in a parking lot that's half black, half white. I haven't seen that. Yeah, that's the thing that sucks. Now with AI, it may or may not be real, but if that is real, that is pretty cool. Traditional rare fur black bears would be nice? Meaning... Wait, what do you mean? Because other than chocolate, cinnamon, which we don't have chocolate, we have brown, same difference. Blonde, which are already rares. Do you mean something different? What's going on, Ian? 7 diamonds, not bad. Saw black squirrel on one of my trail cams, never saw it again. So, at least here, up north, like northern PA, black squirrels are, I don't want to say they're like necessarily common, but there's a strain of melanism in squirrels that has become the dominant gene. And like, if I wanted to, I could go up north and squirrel hunt for a day, and I'd probably kill a couple of black squirrels. I kind of really want to shoot one, and I kind of really want to get a full body mount of one, like just on a log or whatever. My cousin has one, and I think it's really cool. I can't quite make it worth it. I don't know how much you gotta pay to get a squirrel mounted, but it's probably not $5. And also, even though I would eat it, I'm not sure if going to shoot something for the sake of getting it mounted is something I want to do. Just spoke piebald black bear out loud, then let the algo do it. Yeah, inevitably it's going to come up as soon as I check like Facebook or Twitter or something. Although on Twitter, at least now I'm seeing sports stuff again, other than that stupid Drake and Kendrick, what's his name, beef. If you're walking down a trail in the woods, would you rather meet a random unknown bear or a random unknown man? Don't you start it. Oh my. Actually though, like, probably yeah. I'd probably take a bear. If we're, I'm far more scared of random unknown person than random unknown bear. Because I probably have a method of dealing with the bear. Which, you know, the bear doesn't have a gun. So, provided I get my shot off before he gets to me, that's the only way that I can die, if the bear gets to me. I shoot black squirrels all the time, and gray squirrels are rare now? Yeah, I can see that being a thing, like if that, oh, falling through the ice. If that strain of melanism or whatever becomes the dominant gene, it could happen. Can I blast the man with the bear? That's what I'm saying, like, if it's going to be a threat, I feel like the bear's easier to deal with because I know he doesn't have a gun. There were multiple reasons, Bottom Boy, that seeing that jogger really shook me that morning, one of which being he clearly knew it was the first day of turkey season because he was wearing a bright orange shirt and still chose to jog on a public land forest trail as opposed to, you know, anywhere else. When's the pop reset? The next update. Just the bear species. We had permission to hunt the land next to us the last couple years. The owner sold to a builder. We shoot some big bucks off the land. So, are you saying you no longer have permission, or do you still? What if the bear does have a gun, though? I'm going to assume without opposable thumbs, he won't be able to operate it. At least not as quickly as I can. If we get squirrels in this game, commons would be brown, gray, gray-brown, and black would be an uncommon. I think I'd prefer black to be a rare, even though they do have, like, there are areas. I want to say, is it New York? I think there's an area where albinism has, to a degree, like, taken over, where it's not, like, 1 in 10,000 or whatever. You see multiple albino squirrels around. Bear on the rare chance is a great one. There you go. What if the bear's the best shooter in the world? I'll take my chances. Smokey the bear with a muzzle flitter. I'd go with the dude because my biggest fear is getting eaten alive. I mean, that would probably suck. That's like, I don't know, third or fourth. Oh, hello there. Third or fourth on my list of worst ways to die. 2 yotes come to the lick side at 5 a.m. Pregnant doe comes in at 5:21 on high alert. Oh, like knowing they were around. What is this thing? That looks bright. It ain't albino, but I don't know, spirit? Emphasis on probably. Only you can prevent forest shootouts. You know, you got a point there. If you shoot first and shoot accurately, it's not a shootout. It's just done. Smarts. Best way to grind money on the Hunter. I am assuming you're asking, well, you did say you reset. You talking the Hunter Call of the Wild or the Hunter Classic? I'll make sure before we get into it. What's going on, Eyes On? Do you have a diamond red deer? Yes. Got quite a few on the red deer grind. I had a number of them from pretty great 1 days too. Call the Wild. Probably I would go to Teawaroa and just murder every fallow deer and red deer in sight. I bet you could do it in like... You could get to level 60 in 3 days. And I don't mean like 72 hours of play. I mean 3 days, 3 hours a day or something. It shouldn't take you long. See the moonshine in the background? Sound like I said moonshine. Those types of photos, like where you get the... whether it's the sun just coming up or the moon or something, those are really cool. It's a gold, nice. Not this, but also this, but this. Crocs and Bantang give a lot? Yeah, so depending on what weapons you already have unlocked, Crocs could maybe be the better option. I think the thing would be if you still only have the 243, you probably want to get, if you have DLCs, then, you know, you're good. But you probably want to get at least the 7 mil anyway. Don't have Tay and don't have Xbox Live. Fair. What do you have? If this stink bug would stop flying around, that'd be cool. I think it just landed again. Sorry if you answered this a ton. Just got here, but will the reset put all bears at morning drink zone? Yes. The only thing I want to clarify, just in case, just because of the way you worded it, they'll be all new bears. So it'll remove all your bears that are currently existing on your map, and they'll be replaced by a complete fresh population of new ones. In theory, too, it'll move them around zone-wise. So, like, if you have a black bear grind set up, and it's super optimized, it is probably going to move some bears around to zones in different locations and stuff. That's just what pop resets do. Flinter alcoholic confirmed? What do I even say? I don't even know. You want stripper in the angler so bad? I mean, if you need entertainment. There's other ways. I also want striper. However, there is only one P in that word. Did you see the Northern Lights? No. I wish I did. I was out. What was this, Friday night? Yeah. So I was getting up at 3:45 to go turkey hunting, and I had done so multiple days in a row. So like 8, 8:30, I'm done. Like, I'm going to bed. So I was asleep by probably 9. And I can't remember if it was just Kyla coming to bed or if maybe Shadow wanted out. Something like woke me up a little bit. I think it was just Kyla getting into bed. And she was like, I saw the northern lights. And I was like, huh? And I went back to sleep. The next morning I saw all the pictures and stuff. But I wish I could have seen them myself. Even though from what I heard, generally the cameras made them look much better than what everybody saw in person. Striper! Do geese have a drink time? No. They can drink whenever they want. A trillion volts fired at the ionosphere can't be good? I don't know what that means. High Altitude Auroral Research Project. That was my nickname in high school. Have you run into a bug animal? Yes. It'll happen. There should be a couple more zones up along this way. Just from when I've gone here in multiplayer, that's typically the case. You miss rabbit drink time? Same. Going to... So there's that... It's on the eastern side of Balmont. A little kind of like narrow lake that sort of sits in an angle on the map. You could go up there during rabbit drink time and spot 40 rabbits. It was fantastic. I killed a couple of diamonds. I remember specifically my gold albino was there. I wouldn't have and probably would never get a gold albino rabbit if not for that spot. I can see mine drastically better getting away from my street light in the driveway. Couldn't imagine being in a place with no light pollution. Yeah, other than our little... We have like a... What's that called? Like a light that turns on at night and turns off in the day. A big, like, light post one. But that was across the creek, so where Kyla was and from getting her pictures and stuff, it was, I'm sure not no light pollution, but pretty low. In the Angler, do fish have a drink time? Actually, fish don't drink. Do fish drink? Somebody tell me. Did you get a turkey yet? Not yet. I'm hoping. I think I'm gonna get out tomorrow, but I got some stuff I gotta do yet. I need to... What do I need to do? I gotta edit tomorrow's video. What was the other thing that I was supposed to do? Oh yeah, I gotta plant blueberry bushes. That shouldn't take me that long. Hopefully I can get editing done and do that and still get up in the morning to hunt. I'll probably go to Walmart tomorrow. Or you could go, you know. Right. In 4 years, I've got 3 trophy rabbits and 2 were Euros. I've never had one of them. I even think when they were bugged, I didn't kill one. They were bugged and overspawning for a good, like, couple of months, I think. Fish actually swim? No way. Actually... Well, you film your gobble gobble hunt. I've had the camera with me every hunt. I've had a bunch of hens in range, which like annoys me because I kind of feel like I'm sort of in the right spot if hens are coming by in range. I could have shot a Jake at like 55 yards. That would have been pushing it. Probably as of this week, if I call a Jake in, I'll shoot it. And if it's like, I'm not yeeting a 60-yard shot at a Jake. You know what I mean? But if it's at 25 yards and if I call it in, because I haven't killed a bird since I started self-filming. I don't think I'm a great turkey hunter to begin with, so I think I can learn something by calling one in and, you know, making the shot and all that kind of stuff. Maybe build some confidence. That obviously matters. So, yeah, I may kill a Jake and maybe that'll make it a little bit easier, but yeah, I've gotten probably close to 10 birds on film and some deer. Whole bunch of goblin in the mornings, but just can't get one to cooperate. My dad killed one in the well, not the exact same place, but really close to where I hit that one last year. But it's the easier spot to get to, so I let him go there. Ian, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate the support. I have 7 diamonds now, 3 crocs is my biggest, 1041, 2 bantangle, 1 blue wildebeest at 37.7, and a Cape Buffalo. You're doing good, man. Good variety as well. The leucistic eastern turkey look really nice in this game. They're like one of the coolest looking rares in all of the game. At least in my opinion. Let's, you know where I never go? Let's run up this little, I guess, river. where I killed my first albino brown bear. It was on JaxyBeard's map. Who's this Jake fellow? I messaged Aaron because he got really into turkey hunting a couple of years ago, and I think I got more into it because he got more into it. So we pretty routinely message back and forth, you know, our turkey hunting experiences. And I messaged him and I said, I just saw a Jake, parentheses, not from State Farm, decided not to shoot or something like that. Gave away a huge mellow moose. Did you know it was mellow? Some wolfy fellers down there. Ooh. Don't shoot Drake? What about Josh? Level 52 and I got 5 rares? That ain't bad. If West Virginia can hunt birds in the afternoon, I'd be a full-blown turkey hunter. I feel you. They're a little, I mean, they're not impossible to call in the afternoon. That's another thing I did when I was pretty young, like 14 or something. In our afternoon season, I really did. I called one with a hen. Like, I was doing some calling. I think he maybe was gobbling back and forth. And him along with the hen, they came and checked out the decoy, and I got a shot, and I whiffed that, too. And, like, I can't just blame the shotgun, but I always just had trouble with that shotgun. I just never did shoot it very well. So I'm sure that didn't help my situation. But, basically, it's doable in the afternoon. It's a little tougher. But if we could hunt in the afternoon, yes, all season, as opposed to just at the end of the season, I'd probably be even more into it than I am. What does a leucistic kangaroo look like when spotting him? Yeah, I've only spotted the one. There's like, isn't there like 6 different leucistics or a whole bunch? Some look more albino, some are barely distinguishable. Or a logistic, you know. Was watching the stream right when it started, and then we had a fire drill. Oh my. Hopefully it was just a drill. I mean, you said it that way, so I'm going to assume. Get a 2-gauge so you can't miss them, but you can't go to the WWE. I've talked about this before. Like, I don't know how when I was younger. I used to shoot 3.5-inch. I don't even remember the exact load. It was Remington, Nitro, Turkey, whatever. Which, you know, there's debate as to whether or not that's the greatest option out there for turkeys, but I shot 3.5s from the time I was maybe 15 or so. I shoot 3-inch now, and like 2 or 3 shots, like when I'm patterning my shotgun early spring or whatever, I'm done. Like, it's killing my shoulder. It hurts. I don't want to shoot it anymore. Maybe it can help you train to not flinch. Like, when you know it's actually going to hurt and you still don't flinch, you're probably not going to flinch when you shoot at a turkey. I don't think I have much issue flinching anyway, but boy, do I hate that. A 2-gauge, 10-gauge, 8-gauge, not for me. Do whitetail get spooked by bobcats in Classic? So what'll happen is they will spook, they'll kind of run in circles, but they won't go into spooked mode where they refuse to respond to calls. If you keep calling or whatever, they should come in. Andrew, thank you so much for the super chat. I like it. Who do you got starting week 1, Justin Fields or Russ? I think it's going to be Russ. I think, like, whatever the right term for this is, like the politics of football, I think they're going to give Russ the first shot at it. I could see it going like last year? 2 years ago, where, you know, Mitch was the starter for like 3 weeks, and then they threw Kenny in there. If Russ doesn't perform, I could see Justin getting a crack at it, but I think they're going to roll with Russ. I actually think it might work. I think, like, Arthur Smith's offense had Ryan Tannehill looking top 10 in like 2021. That was not very long ago. They have a bruiser O-line. Like, Zach Frazier's an awesome kid, by the way. Fatanu is too. They have, if Najee can learn to run straight, he has an issue where he tries to bounce it outside. If they can just convince the guy, like, hey, your line's good, you don't go to bounce it outside, just hit the hole. They could be a force to be reckoned with, and Russ just doing, you know, the minimum basically, not having to make stuff happen all the time, could work. But we'll see. We'll see if everybody does their job, or if Najee wants to bounce it outside, and if Russ wants to play street ball. Because if that happens, I think Justin's coming in. Justin Fraudulent. Hey, now. I thought you know. I'm a known non-Justin Fields believer. He's talented, and he showed some flash at the end of last year. I'm hopeful. They didn't give him a lot of help in Chicago, so maybe that makes a difference too. Protse 12 would have been even better. Honestly, does he still make videos? He did a couple of Call of the Wild ones. Is this the Krusty Krab? Actually, it's spelled with a K. No, this is Patrick. Reset won't be until update, so we got time to look for a great one. Can't wait to watch Jaxy stream tomorrow. Yeah, I'm curious what info may come out in tomorrow's stream. But yeah, we got some time. Did they finally decide to do a pop reset for all bear species? Yes. Well, the way Jaxy said it, it didn't sound like it was 100% this is happening, but I'm fairly confident since he said it, it's going to happen. They need to fix bow hunting in Call of the Wild. Like, it works fine. There's just no reason to do it. I've talked about this before. The thing that makes bow hunting so much better in Classic than both Call of the Wild and Way the Hunter is that it's actually worth doing. Spooking animals in Way the Hunter and Call of the Wild, reset the time, they're right back in the zone you just saw them in. Follow them for a little while, they're going to be nervous walking out there. It's not an issue to spook animals in these games. If you spook something in Classic, like, there's no, like, hey, I'll reset the time and they'll be back. Go get on the tracks and you better find him, because once you end the game, he's gone forever. That's why bows are so crucial in Classic, because you can avoid spooking those other things that are around you. I don't think it's the mechanics of the bows that much. I think it's simply that spooking things and, like, actually being quiet, hunting quietly in the game makes a difference. I played Carnivores on... That was a 12-hour stream, I think. It was kind of fun, actually. Wouldn't mind playing that again. Need Flinter bow? What, in Call of the Wild? Maybe I'd use it. I love Justin Fields as an Ohio State fan, but he's not exactly a star player. The thing about it is, like, that's never worked. Go all the way back to, like, Cordell Stewart, Mike Vick, who's more recent guys. I mean, Justin Fields, obviously. Cam Newton, to a degree. Like, that style of quarterback has never won a championship. They've been to a couple now, but it's never ultimately worked. So that makes me less than, like, willing to jump in and, like, be 100% on board with it. Not an albino was found, huh? Probably check one more spot, then we'll do a quick black bear run, which we can do in the daylight. And then we'll go fishing. Randall Cunningham, that's another one, yep. Although, he should have probably gone and won. The Falcons should not have beat them in 90, whatever. 98? No. Is that what it was? It was with the Vikings. They're 15-1. Gary Anderson missed that field goal. But it was... The Falcons lost to the Elway's Broncos. I'm not so sure the Vikings wouldn't have won that game, though. Fish. I don't know why I said it that way. Which animal species was your favorite? Oh, was your first diamond a great one? Muskier first diamond. Whitetail first great one. There's a gray. A gray one. How about that? Been watching for about 5 years. I love the content. Well, thank you, man. Appreciate you sticking around. I'm running out of my Great Value Mountain Dew. I'll have to refill that when I go to fish. Flinter versus 6-foot turkey. Who wins? Not me. You get one slash from a 6-foot turkey, that spur, that'll unzip you. You're done. Already making a May folder for Trail Cam Viz this year. Zooming. It's like actually scaring me how fast time is going right now. I don't like it. Man, you guys are betting on the turkey too. That sucks. Nobody believes in me. There's a blonde. I think a blonde diamond would look nice. I could get behind that. They used to be here, but I don't think they are as much anymore. Let's go to, what am I thinking of? Must be here. Still going after a diamond African sharp-toothed catfish. I eventually want to try to get one. I haven't messed with them too much because I've been trying to get gold tokens and stuff, and obviously catfishing is much slower paced. Was that a brown bear? I had a 948 blonde black bear back in the day. That was a mythical though. You should just call the mountain lightning dew because it's due to recent inflation. I no longer drink dew. Do the dew. You're not even wrong. That's a good idea. Drinking my dew. It's... Don't bark at that. That was me. I just kicked my chair and I saw her head go up. It's not as good, I'll be honest. And this stuff is like... So I bought diet and not diet because I was afraid the diet would be horrible. This is the not diet stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't think non-diet soda is good for streaming because the sugar and stuff, like it's more, what's the right word? Like that, it's a little bit too phlegmy, I guess. It's the best word I can think of. Map is Medved Tiaga. Why'd you spell it like that?
I was trying to be...
Stimulating? No.
I just had to hurry up and type it before I find someone up.
Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hate diet drinks? I'd prefer... Diet drinks often do taste a little bit weird. I actually prefer zero sugar, but as far as this great value one that's considerably cheaper, they don't do zero sugar, which is fine. Diets at least. Something. Hope the animal in missions leads to a super rare in the new map again. Did you have that happen? Or are you talking about the Quattro Wolves? Any clue what the next great one's gonna be? I got no idea. Fago. I don't even know if this is technically great value. Whatever Mountain Lightning is that great value? Oh, there's some bears here, all right. I'm kind of surprised in all the bears that we've seen today, because we have seen quite the collection of brown bear and grizzlies. Not a level 9 to speak of. One did spook there. And I would have liked to have seen the fellow, but no such luck. Do you like root beer? I do. Root beer, it would be the exact same, though, as like what I'm talking about with this non-sugar-free stuff. It's got that, like, phlegmy, whatever, characteristic. Dr. Pepper best? It's aight. Not a big Dr. Pepper fan. Actually, I don't even love... I'll drink them, but I don't love most brown sodas. I do like root beer. Alright, I lied. One more spot, because I didn't kill anything. And then we'll go to Black Bear. Honestly, Jamie, just, like, have us hunt in the missions. I don't need it to lead to anything. Something unique would be nice. You know, like we had the Tearoa Moose. I'm trying to think of what a decent... Like, going back to Emerald Coast. Maybe, like, a unique croc that can only be that far in the missions, or something like that, you know. Cream soda? It's kind of root beer-like. I don't mind it. Baja Blast is the best. I only really... Like, Baja Blast is good on its own, but with Taco Bell, for whatever reason, or maybe from Taco Bell, it's just better. Giant Blue Croc, perfect. Sprite is the #1 drink for me. I don't love Sprite, but if I'm sick, Sprite, 7-Up, I saw somebody else mention that. I feel like it should be a requirement that every household just has like a 6-pack of Sprite in the refrigerator at all times in case somebody gets sick. But we don't have that. Unsweetened iced tea would be good for talking. I can see that working. Does unsweetened iced tea naturally have sugar in it? I try to avoid sugar generally. However, like I said, this stuff has it because I wasn't sure if the diet was going to suck. Huh?
Me brewing that tea that I have and then not adding sugar and just adding ice instead. It's going to be...
Yeah, I know. I don't think I would like it,
I
but...
don't think you would.
I was just curious if there was sugar in it. I don't even like, actually, almost any kinds of tea. Got a little behind on the stream, but got back to live. Self-filming turkey hunts is so incredibly hard. Dave Owens is an animal. Like, if you're in a blind, it's not too bad. I don't love hunting from a blind, but it certainly is better for filming. Try to self-film from the ground. Just meaning not in a blind. It's tough. Like, any little movement, they're probably going to see it. And the odds that you're set up facing exactly where that bird's going to come in from, that you don't need to move, not high. Did you notice I didn't kill anything there? I just gave up and went to SRP. Alright, so we should be able to make it like 6:30, 6:40, and still get through our entire run. Could probably do 7, but I am willing to bet I'm going to forget some stuff. Chalky milk hits different. When did I had chocolate milk not that long ago, and I can't remember what the context was, but I just thought of it yesterday. It's so weird. Oh, my tent's gone. Oh, no. We can make this work. Your most underrated video is called Diamond True Moose from 4 years ago? Why is that? Why? Like, what about it makes it good? Mom's texting me, making sure I wish my brother a happy birthday. I sent him a gif of a goofy-looking dog saying happy birthday as soon as I woke up. Jared Goff getting a $212 million extension is the most 12 thing ever. How many years is that? Is that... I assume that's official, that just happened? Gatorade's not good for streaming? I think it might be alright. Does Gatorade have sugar? I don't know. It does? Okay. Water best? The thing about water, for me at least, is like, it's not quite... Like, it's too thin. Like, I need something that just... Like, just a little bit of, like, helps my throat, I guess. Like, it needs to be a soda or something, because then my voice doesn't dry out as bad. Like, water just goes away, I guess. Does that even make sense? I don't know. 4 year, 170 million. So he's making like 50 bucks. He's making 50 bucks an hour. He's making 50 million a year. Goff's been playing well, but he is not a 50 million a year quarterback. What are they doing? Maybe that last year's Fugazi is really like 40. You're a funny looking elk there, fella. Or maybe you're a funny looking bear. Mihai, am I saying that correctly? Thank you for subscribing. Ooh, another one just spawned in. The only thing that sucks here is we got to be careful hunting pressure wise, because we're gonna... Yeah, that sounds gone, but I don't think that matters. The States seem to have a lot of drink options compared to the UK. I can't say I have the frame of reference from the UK, but based on what I hear, I think that's probably true. You heard it here first. Flinter likes thick beverages. That's exactly it. You got it. If it doesn't have at least 3 C's, I'm not drinking it. Alright. I think we're good there. Had to step away for like 45 minutes. Did I miss anything? Whole bunch of bears, but nothing special. How's your aim so good? I think I just take my time. Like, I don't feel like I'm a particularly great shot. But it does help that there's not a lot of games I play. Like, it's just this, Wade Hunter, and Classic, at least as far as shooting games. I think if you're someone who plays, say, like a lot of Call of Duty or PUBG or Fortnite or whatever, all those games do have different shooting mechanics and all that. And I think that can make it tougher to transfer from one game to the next. I nuke all my zones before the reset. Heck of a title. I did that once. It wasn't before reset, but with Lynx, I think I was trying to grind for a Diamond Lynx. There was a stream that was called like New Strategy or something, and we were deleting zones in places that we didn't like. Nobody knew anything about grinding and stuff back then. And really, I don't remember if it worked. We killed a Diamond Lynx, but I don't remember if it was from the grind. Oh, you got a piebald hen? You're getting somewhere, though. Drink a gallon of tar? Is that thick enough? You talking about, like... Are they Himalayan tar on Matsuriki Park? Hardest diamond in the game. Well, I hear it's stubble quail. I think, for me, the toughest one to get might have been the geese on Reventuli Coast, like just from single player. I think mountain hare is really difficult. I think bobwhite quail can be really difficult. Stubble quail, to be honest, I only have one, but I also don't hunt Emerald Coast that much, so I don't know. I kind of think jackal's a tough one. I don't know what else when I really think about it. If I looked at it, like all 96 species or whatever, there may be some other ones that would stand out to me, but those are the first ones I think of. Saw a new ice cream last night from Bluebell Dr. Pepper Float. But that's just the flavor, right? You don't have to have the Dr. Pepper with it. I think they probably would be good. Nobody home here, huh? No level 5 elk. No rare elk. No fun. Quail's a hard hunt. They're tiny and usually end up in the brush. The thing that I think maybe makes the stubble quail not... Now, how did you do that? How... What? That means he spawned after we got here, because he would have spooked as soon as we fast traveled. That's weird. I've never seen that before. Anyway, the thing about stubble quail is they do fly so slowly that you're fairly likely to just kill the entire flock if you like shoot halfway decently. And the reason that matters is with birds, I think all bird species you have to kill every member of the flock to get respawns. Wendy's says orange creamsicle flavored Frosty. I never really go to Wendy's, to be honest. I went there once when Aaron was here, and before that, I couldn't even tell you the last time we went. You edit your videos so good? Well, thank you. I try to, you know, make them a little bit different. I try to have them flow decently well. I don't think I always succeed at that, but sometimes it's down to, you know, how the recording went. A level 4 piebald moose, there you go. Stubble quail was much easier than bobwhite for me. Now, to be fair, they had done the pop resets from Reventuli, and I had an initial spawn bobwhite quail in my single player that I didn't kill for like years. But I got it after we got the Great One Moose. So my experience with that is kind of skewed. But when I was hunting for a gold rare gator, I was on Mississippi all the time. I was on New England all the time for bobcats. Never once did I see a level 3 bobwhite, and I was looking. I don't look for the stubbles, to be honest with you. Like, I have my diamond, I killed an albino, I barely care. Like, unless they happen to be right in front of me, I just don't even... If they call, I probably don't even look. What's going on, Air Biscuit? You're my favorite Call of the Wild streamer because you actually hunt IRL. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. What's that, Ski-Doo? Seems so easy on your stream, and when I play the game, I run for like 500 meters for a deer level 2. Well, I guess what definitely helps right now is I've got a pretty good grasp of where like all these animal zones and stuff will be. So I'm just going to spots that I've kind of already discovered and stuff. As you learn the good spots on your map and where to go and what time to go, all that stuff gets easier. Like, you start to find way more animals, like let's say per hour played or whatever. You also level up, you get better weapons, maybe you decide to buy a DLC that has a 300 AR in it, and you just kind of murder everything. Sort of like what we just did. I think one got away up there. Oh, that was a horrible shot. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to go claim that. What do you like hunting IRL? Mostly just whitetail. I mean, I turkey hunt, but I'm not particularly good at it. As evidenced by the fact that I still haven't killed one this year. Hunted every day but one last week. I skipped Wednesday because Shadow had a vet appointment. And I didn't go today because I wanted to... What was my biggest plan? I wanted to get the garden sprayed, I guess, because it's rained every day and there was no rain in the forecast today. So at least that's done. I want to get out tomorrow. I just have some stuff that I got to do tonight and have done by then. Birds and rabbits are just kill when I see them, never actively pursue. Pretty much same, to be honest. I think I missed a trick with a lab retriever. Should be able to flush the bird. Oh, they missed a trick. Yeah, if they could flush them, they may be something I'd bring with me a little bit more. I don't typically have issues with them flushing, though. Like, pheasants on Rancho would be one that would be really useful for. That kills me. Pheasants on New England, Hirschfelden, Quattro. Is there any other maps? It's maybe just those 3. They don't... Like, there's no brush that's coded as cover for them, so they just sort of flush whenever. Versus on Rancho, they run to brush first, which is fantastic. You actually flush them. You kill them at reasonable distances. No worries, Austin. I appreciate you hanging out, man. We are probably a couple minutes from jumping to the Angler. Hey, Kevin. Thank you, man. Appreciate you jumping in. Ever since Oregon Trail, I value the animal basically by the amount of meat it provides, probably why I have zero interest in the small game. I think I just hunt big game in real life. Ow. So, like, yeah, like, I do some rabbit hunting when Aaron's in town. I'll rabbit hunt with him and Beagle. I guess I grew up squirrel hunting, but all I care about now is deer hunting, really, so. When a rabbit runs by, yeah, I'll shoot it, but that's not the main thing I'm after. What's going on, Alice? Just got a diamond piebald harlequin duck. There you go. I don't know if they're technically a super rare. Oh, usually I just fast travel. Yeah. 0 for 75. Probably take the scope off. Anyway, I don't know if they're technically a super rare, but they're still a cool one. Hey, Scott. Welcome on in. We need to... Oh, boy. That was a little bit nasty. did a whatever reverse handstand. Just fell over backwards. Piebald common still looks cool. Yeah, they're not terribly rare, but yeah, they look cool. That's the main thing. Nice shots, well, thank you. Raccoon's the only small game you hunt in real life? I've never hunted one. I've shot a couple. They've shown up, but I've never actually hunted one. Do we know when the reset will happen? They just said with the next update, which I do assume, Casper, is going to be with the next map, yeah. Oof. Making him, like, literally stand up and fall over backwards is pretty sweet. So I think that's the entirety of the Black Bear run. Nothing showed up here, which that's been happening. Last thing we'll do, we'll double back here, because they showed up kind of weird there. What's going on, Colton? We are just murdering every bear we see, and we're actually just about to go fishing. I'm gonna go try to get some gold tokens on Africa, I think. Might go after yellowfish again if it happens to be evening, or if we get towards evening, because that was a lot of fun Friday. No bears there. I'm not going there again because the tent's gone. Yeah, I think that's about it. So, who knows what respawns from everything that we just got today, but mayhaps, mayhaps we'll come back. Oh, hi. One more time and check and see. But at least we know there was no rares, no diamonds just waiting on our maps, at least prior to today. If you could pick your first IRL black bear color phase, which you pick? Oh, probably cinnamon. As much as I think blondes are really cool, there's something about a cinnamon bear that would just, like, I don't know. Seeing that coming through the woods would just get me. I think a blonde one, maybe my first thought would be, like, more grizzly? I guess a cinnamon are kind of that way, too. Yeah, I think cinnamon would be my choice. Cinnamon sounds cooler. That's also true. Alright, now we're going fishing. I'm biased because I want to model my tattoo after the bear I get, and I think black would be sick. Just getting a... Oh, hello. Okay. Probably almost deleted that zone, but it's fine. Anyway, were you saying just like a common black bear, basically? That happened? That indeed did happen. 2 of them decided to join us in the tent. Home invasion? Yeah, you can't have that. And that's why I trust our Xena AR300. Anyway, I'm going to switch our scene here to the Angler. Did the correct thing this time. Gonna go and refill my drink. And then we'll do a little fishing. Alright, is the angler going to launch? That would be convenient. Synchronizing cloud. Yes. There it is. Okay. So now we do this. We'll probably just go ahead and spawn in on Africa, which I'm imagining is going to be where we were catching all those yellowfish on Friday. Black with a big white patch on the chest, that's a good one too, though. I don't know what that's technically called, maybe that doesn't have a name, but those look cool. You know what else we can maybe do with some of those gear challenges? Alright, I'll be right back, I'm going to refill my drink, and we will get to fishing. I'm not even gonna lie, this regular Mount Lightning I think is worse than the diet. This is perfect. This is exactly the time we were catching those gold yellowfish, so we'll get right to it. And the nice thing is we can actually lure fish. We can just use a spoon. Is this the right spot? Okay, we're on the other end of the lake, but that's fine. Think you have a diamond on? Ooh, what you got? Well, actually catch it and then tell me what it was. No need to let it get off. Still streaming? Yeah. Didn't you catch the 9 years on YouTube video? Like I said, we've been doing like extra hour or hour and a half on pretty much every stream. Probably gonna do at most an hour and a half today. I wouldn't mind doing a full 4 hours today, but like I said, I want to get those blueberry bushes planted and then get tomorrow's video edited. And the thing that I'm doing as the intro that's gonna be kind of the little fun part, so therefore I'm not gonna spoil it, is probably gonna take me a little while. That thing scared you? What's that, the transition? I need to see if I can turn that down. I don't know how to do that. Like to see a fabled chestnut walking through the woods in real life? We have a whole chestnut tree behind the trailer. I've seen a bunch. Bro, I've aged 9 years in the last week. I feel it, dude. I know what you mean. Let's go probably 60% drag. Will be fine. I have 19 diamonds. I've been playing Hunter Call of the Wild for a year and 2 months. Nice. 19 diamonds in that amount of time is not bad. That is indeed a yeller fish. Old yeller. Looked alright in the water. Alright. Just a little 7-pounder. I forget. I had it figured out what the tension had to look like Friday when we were catching golds, but it'll take some time. 18 diamonds, 950 kills on my fallow grind, but still no great one. Your diamond number ain't bad, though. As long as you keep that up, one will show up. A great one, that is. Feel that in my soul soup. You have this game as well? It's a fun little game. I really enjoy, like, adding it to the end of the Call of the Wild streams. We spend, you know, several hours generally, like, hyper-focused, trying to get one particular thing or whatever. Look at that tigerfish flying over there. And then we just get to relax. He didn't even spin around behind. He hit that thing immediately. Ever tell you I brought the hunting game, or bought the hunting game Call of the Wild a couple weeks ago at Walmart? I don't think you did tell me that. Fishing Planet's better. I mean, it's probably more realistic. There's definitely things that I can understand why people like it more. For me, I kind of like this pacing, for making content at least. If it was not about making content, I wouldn't be surprised if I was more a... Ooh, there we go. That might be a gold. Anyway, might be a more Fishing Planet fan. If that's a smallmouth and not a largemouth, that's probably a gold. Now I need to do a fishing and hunting Africa video. Yeah, I don't know why I haven't done that. Because odds are I'm going to get something good. I've been wanting to. Have you ever thought of playing a Russian Fishing 4? I've seen it. I don't know that I will ever play it, but as far as I know, it actually has some good mechanics and stuff from what I've been told. What sort of fish are you? That looks like a largemouth to me. Yeah, not the gold I wanted. Oh well. He's the weight of a smallmouth yellowfish gold, so like, I guess that explains the tension being correct. The angler might be the best one and the most rewarding. Fishing Planet is mostly boring because you can only catch in the hotspots. That's one of the things, and to be fair, like, I've never played Fishing Planet enough to experience it myself, but something that always bothered me, I would see that in the community in different places. Somebody would ask, like, hey, where do I catch unique bass or something? And it's like, you gotta cast just to the left of the log over here, and I was like, that's not fun. Now, I don't know how much that's truly the case, but that's something that kept me from ever playing Fishing Planet. 53-pound gold catfish, not bad. I didn't even tell what that was. Tigerfish? That's a smallmouth, right? I think that one is a gold. Looks it. He's a fat little chunker in the water. Ah, just shy. Herd managing so the diamonds don't feel as cool. My opinion on herd management has changed since I started the grind, but I figured I'd finish the grind. Meaning, are you saying you don't like it now that you've been doing it, or do I have that backwards? Got over 50 levels in Fishing Planet. It gets kind of boring with the hotspots. Is that definitely the way that it works too? Like, you really got to hit specific spots? Because that's what I like here. Like, I might catch a diamond here. I might catch a diamond moving up. And then at random, you can catch diamonds in, like, non-hotspots. There are hotspots, per se, in this game, but less so than, at least the way I understand Fishing Planet to work. Just feels artificial. I get you. I'm more of, like, I don't like doing it, but I think I'm still not going to stack diamonds and all that. I really don't like that. But as far as leaving small ones, if it's going to help me get the great one that I'm after, I don't like grinding to begin with, so I guess is it different to leave the small ones so that I can be done grinding and go back to hunting sooner? It's probably a better option. I'm level 80 in Fishing Planet and need something new? I can imagine it being that way. How are the DLCs in Fishing Planet? Because I know for sure there's like $1,000 of DLCs, but Do you need nearly all of that? Didn't do any stacking either? Yeah, I don't know. To me, if I see a diamond, I want to kill it. It's such a big disadvantage to not do it. Yeah, I think that's... I think a lot of the community has seen that now. And like I said, I don't even like grinding, really. Like, it's fun at the beginning, because, you know, you're setting up your spots, you're moving your tripod to the best place possible, you're figuring out all the best zones, and then it gets to be the repetitive part. And I'd rather just go and hunt. As horrible as the multiplayer experience is lately, with desyncs and hackers and all that kind of stuff, I'd still rather play that way. And, yeah, I guess if I do leave my small moose or whatever, I think moose was the only one that I did that with. I left a couple of small fallow deer, I guess. If that helps me get the great one to go back to hunting, I think I'd rather do it that way. Really excited about the new time option? Yeah, ironically, I would have chose pretty much exactly what time it is in this server anyway, if we had that option now, but I think that's going to be a game changer. Were we using a 3 last time? I thought we were using a 4. I wonder how much of a limitation a 4 or a 3 puts on. Do we lose, you know, small golds? If I had found my Great One Moose naturally, I would have been ecstatic, but because of herd management, I literally went, meh, at least it's finally over. Mine was definitely a lot of it's finally over, but I obviously was pretty hyped. 14 diamonds in the last 400 kills. Yeah, well, I'd say it's working. I get you, Bushwhacker. Yeah, since you can't choose the server, right? That's a tigerfish, right? Yeah. Alright, let's go up a size. Fishing plan is more realistic, that's why I prefer it. I think if I was like... I really enjoy fishing in real life, but I'm not like a fishing fanatic. Fanatic? Banana? Fanatic by any stretch in real life. More like I am with hunting, and I think that's why I love Classic, because it's more realistic. But I think for fishing, since it's more of like a, this will be a fun thing to do today type of thing as far as the angler goes, I think that's why I like the angler more than Fishing Planet, because I don't want the super realistic stuff. Can't argue herd management works. That it does. That it does. I'm scared to grind a moose because of getting an ugly combo. So if I got an ugly combo, I'm not... Well, the only thing I consider ugly is the mismatch racks. I hate those. If I got one of those, I may have tried to continue grinding. But I was worried about that too. Since when is the pop reset? Beard just talked about it last week on stream. All the bears populations to be reset with the next update. That's the way I understood what he said. Wish they could do some changing about the crankbaits. What specifically? Oh. Gotta catch that one. That's gotta be a gold. Come here, feller. Get away from my boat. Go over to the... Oh my god, what are you doing? Did they hit lures? I'm sorry, did they hit bait of any kind? I'm gonna bring this to like 20 feet and then go down to 1x speed. Oh, is that him? I'd imagine. That doesn't seem like a gold, though. It is not. That's a tiny one. Well, I know we weren't using a bigger size than this, but what I had noticed last week when we were using the spoons anyway, we went up one size and all of a sudden a bunch of the yellowfish quit biting. Does that mean a grizzly great one? I don't think so. I think it means they're resetting black bears, and they might as well do the other bears too because they didn't reset them with the new zone times. 3 red worm works for me. Do you catch 4-pound silvers like I just did on a float fishing rig? Grizzly don't look right to you. They're off. I still think they tried to make them look more like a Kodiak bear. Like the faces of the grizzlies, and quite frankly the weight, 700 kilo, is Kodiak bear size. I kind of think that's what made them weird. Ooh, what was that? Right out there. It was right when I sat down I saw... Oh, he's right there. Looks like a decent looking yellowfish. Come here, lad. Depths change. Wait. In relation to the crankbait? Something about the head, fur, claw. Yeah, none of it's perfect. The coloration is kind of weird too, you're right. Maybe a gold? It'll be close. There we go. I forget how many gold tokens I need. I think it's 30-ish. We're at 23. Now we're going to need a legendary token and maybe one more diamond token to get that real, but I had a bunch of golds here from just hitting this map when it came out, and I figured this would be the one that I work on, and when legendaries come out, shouldn't be hard to get one legendary and get that real. You'd add coyotes some more maps? Yeah, honestly, I mean, I don't love them as a species. They don't look fantastic, but they could fit on a number of maps that they're not currently on. Like a bad taxidermy job. I was on Facebook Marketplace just scrolling yesterday, and there was a horrible taxidermy job on a black bear. It was like 300 bucks, and I was like, should I buy it? It'd be cool to have, but it looks so terrible. I just can't. What are the two diamonds, I think? Are they both tiger fish? They must be. Yeah, because our early access one counted. That's close again. Just under. Yep, they must both be tigerfish. The 3302's on there, so that would be the case. I have a 27-pound one or something, too. That wasn't on stream. Don't know about SRP. We used to have a thriving coyote population, but when we outlawed hunting lions with dogs, coyote populations dropped off a cliff and lion populations skyrocketed? I feel like, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like coyotes could carry such diseases that could be a problem for the lion pop, but maybe not. They need wolves on SRP? That would work. I'd like it if we had more wolf-like fur variations, too. Like, red brown's cool. Egg white, I guess, is cool. Obviously, albino melanistic. But then, it just seems like there could be so much more they could do. They could do multiple different, like, grayish ones. They could do more of, like, the classic common one, like the gray and white. There's the best way I can describe it is similar to a cross fox. One that Classic does with the gray wolves. I'd love that in Call of the Wild, too. Dark gray, right? The worst rare of all time. Yeah. Okay. I guess no venison for dinner tonight. Example, square bills. Oh, I got you. Yeah, that'd be neat. You got one by accident? I assume you knew it was, like, when you harvested it, at least, you knew that it was a rare. Did you tax it or anything? I don't think I've gotten one since they made them rare, but quite frankly, I wouldn't. Unless it happened to be, like, a diamond, where I might spend a second in the harvest screen. I click out of the harvest screen so fast, I wouldn't even know that I got it. You're a square bill? Yeah, well... You're a jerk. Where are you at? Oh. What? Do I have this end marked? Yeah, at least the random person who got a diamond in the server I was in, I marked, was on this side. Oh, competition drop. That would make sense. Yeah, they're not going to win many battles with mountain lions. Maximum trophy rating on Eurasian Widgeon, I believe 950. I'm pretty sure. Gramps, what happened in 82? Back in my day. Back in 1982. I used to come out here fishing. Goliath, tigerfish, roamed the waters. If you didn't catch a 65-pounder, it was a bad day. Oh, I'll tell you what. All the names I have are pronghorn bison, bighorn mule deer, harlequin duck. Decent little combo. I'm assuming you like Silver Edge Peaks based on that. Bears getting spooked by lynx and mountain lions. Yeah, the spooking mechanics in Call of the Wild make not a lot of sense. Shard Diamond Grados, nice. Only thing a lion might double check before fighting is a Grizz. Be an interesting battle. Speed versus power, basically. Bears shouldn't get spooked by lions. Bears always lose a fight with them, but they aren't afraid to mess with them. Yeah, running away from them, stupid. I really don't think they, let's say, program bears to be spooked by lions. I think what they did was they made it so that mountain lions are effectively like a spooking presence in the same way that a player character would be. And I think they just made mountain lions themselves immune to that. So everything spooks from a mountain lion. That's how I would have coded it, and I can see that mistake happening. Okay, if that's a smallmouth, hello there. There's video, Grizz loses, has to back down, face gets shredded. That sounds awful. Tigerfish, not special. The amount of tension a bronze tigerfish makes. Do you ever find antler sheds? Rarely on my property. My dad found like 9 or something this year at his place. I never find him there either. I did find it wasn't a shed, it was a busted antler from, you know, sparring match last year. Or 2 years ago, I guess. In Kentucky, when we were turkey hunting, though, I found a real nice shed. Like, for public land, I think it would have been had the G3 not been broken and if the other side matched, around 110-inch deer, which for a Kentucky public land buck is real solid. Nice mass. Long beams. He probably should have been a 10-point, but he was either an 8 or a 9, because it was a 4-point side that I found. Wish there were grizzlies on SRP, but in real life they're not there? I want a map with multiple bear species. Yukon could be it, with black bear and grizzly. Maybe SRP, like you said, but it's not a perfect fit. I just think it'd be neat. I don't know why. Multiple bears on the same map? Hunting for both? I'd like it. It's a cool find. I told the story on stream right after I got back, but we were done hunting. We were heading down out. We were going to go get back to the trucks, drive to our campsite, clean up. Our checkout was 11, and this was like 9:50. Like, we had to be out of there. And we're just walking along, and it was just kind of the way it happened. I was looking down, and I saw Aaron's foot lift up, and just like as his heel lifts, I just see like this, like the outline of the antler, and he missed stepping on it by maybe not a fraction of an inch, but he was not more than like, it was less than 2 inches. He was real close to stepping on it. And I just, like, I bent down, and I picked it up, and I just held it up, and I just go, you freaking goober. I felt like really bad, because it was like, you idiot, you didn't find a shed. But I just couldn't believe he almost stepped on it. I just, like, watching his foot pick up, and there's this shed laying there, just shocked me. It's alright, though. He has since killed a turkey, so he can, I guess I'm the goober now. Ooh, look at that. I got a diamond LeBeau. If there's a Michigan map, I just don't know, like, with the current species that are already in game, I don't know that adding a Michigan map gives us much of anything new to go after. Probably just under again. When were you ever not a goober? Back in my day, when we used to tell the Brits to go away and they would listen, or we'd dump the tea in the harbor. Make the map a thumb? A thumb? What now? And this is also why you and Kyla are perfect. What's wrong with you plus you freaking goober equals perfect match? That... I don't even know what Kyla was streaming, but her just going, what's wrong with you? When you, like, had just explained that you had, like, an actual ailment going on.
Just reading all these things, and I'm like, oh my goodness, and it came off so bad.
You're broken. I am Fortniting now. A real hunter plays Fortnite. Snow leopards and a new wolf species are my primary reason for wanting an Afghanistan map. Wait. I didn't know Afghanistan had snow leopards. Makes me feel kind of dumb, but... I kind of thought... Oh. Okay. I kind of thought that it was like a desert. Maybe in the mountains it's still snowy enough. Is that, oh my lord. What the heck? I know the song. Battle of New Orleans? Is that what it's called? It's in 1814 we took a little trip. I know that much. Afghanistan is a trippy amount of wildlife. Would have never known. Your American is showing? Where? Are you a smallmouth yellowfish? I can't rule it out just yet, but I think it's a tigerfish. No, it's a largemouth, huh? Yeah. Battle of New Orleans. That and Sink the Bismarck were like the coolest songs when I was younger. We just thought those were the best. Hey, get out of here. This is my spot. I too thought of Afghanistan as most to be in dry, arid climate. At least I'm not alone, right? Yeah, along with Colonel Jackson. What the? Did that boat just... it sure did.
Someone's there last.
Desert, marsh, forest, alpine, and something I'm forgetting. Ooh, get attention on that. Probably a smallmouth again. Or, sorry, largemouth. Huh?
So did you do your dailies?
No, I always forget challenges exist in this game. I feel like I don't need them anymore because I'm at a decent level, but there's a rod you unlock at level 90, right? So I really should work on them. Took a little bacon and took a little beans, and you... How does that go? Is it... Fought the mighty British in the town of New Orleans? Something like that. This guy's putting up a little fight here. Yeah, toast? Yeah, toast. I would do the drum thing, but Shadow would lose her mind. Just a largemouth. Decent. What's gold for largemouth? Does anybody know? Largemouth yellowfish, that is. Slow turtle being a real dink fisher boy. That's PA fishing in a nutshell. Oh, you're catching fish? Hey, I'm gonna fish right here, okay? You mind moving over so I can cast exactly where you're casting? Hey, what are you using? Can I borrow one? They'll just annoy you into leaving. Those guys, when Kyle and I were together for like 3 months, and I took her camping, and those guys that fished in our campsite for like 6 hours. Oof. Worst. They caught like 40 fish, because they were stocking that creek for like the 3rd time of the year that day, and I didn't know that. And they just sat there and caught all the recently stocked fish for just 6 hours. They just did nothing but sit there and catch fish and yell. And then I remember too, they went, I think at one point one of them came over and he goes, "You're camped at the best hole in the whole creek." I said, "Oh, really? Yeah, this is a great spot. Yeah. See my tent there? We camped here. Get out of here." Didn't say that, obviously. So they played the anger IRL? Basically, yeah, they thought it was all client side. Do you want any shed hunting in real life? Oh, I thought that was going to be a gold because it was a different angle. I didn't, well, I did do some shed hunting and didn't find anything. I wasn't trying to shed hunt when I found one in Kentucky, though, so that was kind of nice. I had that sitting at my desk for a while, but then I moved it. So we'll do that one. That'll work. And then weeklies. Am I going to catch? Yeah, probably eventually I will. And then 45 fish and 110 pounds of fish. That'll work. Wait. Oh, or 25 silvers. Same difference. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups with the Reese's Puff cereal in them are just so good. That's a thing? I've never seen that. Thank you, Call the Wild Guy. That's low retention now. Dad always played that song when we'd go to the woods. How old is that song? Because we got... I don't even know how old we were. Not very old. 7, 8, something like that. We got MP3 players for Christmas one year. And from wherever, my mom had preloaded like 100-some songs on them. And like Sink the Bismarck and Battle of New Orleans. A couple other ones was on there. But I had no concept of how old they were. Imagine peanut butter cups with Crunch. Captain Crunch? 40s or 50s? Oh my god, I didn't realize that. North to Alaska. Ground control to Major Tom? This is becoming quite the stream here. Just name random songs. Is it fired our irons? I thought it was fired our guns. I was 8, like I said. What's your favorite state? Well, Pennsylvania, of course. Thought the Angler was a great game. It just sucks that you can't put the fish in a lodge. Some kind of way of like record keeping, but like physically going back to be able to see them. I feel like that's a must. It's guns? Okay. He does say it a little bit funny, so I can see where it could be either one. Where I live, it says irons? Soup has a question for you if you didn't see that. There's a largie. Oh, he's on the... She said it is, by the way. It's on that guy's line. You're at the spot where I got my diamond yellowfish. I don't know if it was you that caught it, but... And I stopped doing this, which I should get back to doing it. Right when the map came out, if someone caught a diamond, I would mark it with the gold icon, so I knew that I didn't catch it. Or so, like, if I went to show somebody that spot, I could remember, hey, this isn't my spot. But I have it marked just behind where I'm at. Could have been you, I can't remember. Favorite song today? I don't even know the last time I heard any music other than Kyla playing Taylor Swift.
What's your favorite?
Of her songs?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Red. She was making me guess all the albums when we were driving to Georgia, and I just said Red every time. Went fishing IRL yesterday, caught a 6-pound bass. That's a nice one. Caught the previous community record smallmouth from that spot. Ooh, nice. Kyla's on the tortured poets kick. That she is. Swifties, am I right?
Spell
Spell
it right next time.
it right.
No, why?
Why not? Wobbuffet. Some people got that. Karma right now for you. That's not even this album, right? I'm a diehard Cheese fan and can't name a single Tay-Tay song. You're not a real Cheese fan if you don't know every Taylor Swift song by heart. Don't lie to me. Kyla needs to stream and sing Taylor Swift soon. Yeah, you haven't even streamed since the new album came out. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Need alcohol, she says.
I'm too anxious.
Oh my. This will be a fringe gold. Not quite. Is the Angler a good game? Should I consider buying it? I really enjoy it. Basically, the way that I say it is, it's the Hunter Call the Wild of fishing games. Meaning, it's kind of more arcadey. You're going to be able to catch a bunch of fish. It's not the most realistic. It's more fast-paced. I would say it's more... what's the right word? It matches, you know, kind of gaming in 2024. It's instant gratification, fast-paced. But if you're not looking for a super realistic fishing game, if you want, you know, to just be able to go out and catch fish and have fun, I think it works. Miss the old Call of the Wild days? I do too in some ways. It's a slow-moving something. Can't tell what it is. Probably a largemouth. How much is the Angler? What's the base? Is it $35 the base price? 30 or 35? What I would do if I were you is try to catch it on sale, because I bet you there's going to be a summer sale pretty soon. Because, I mean, crucian carp, they're 4 pounds. I don't even know if I've caught one over a pound. I always catch babies.
$30 is worse.
30 bucks. Zag Tactics back in the day? Yep, that's a largie. So just for funsies here, what's the biggest spoon I have on me right now? See if we can pull a thick one out of here. Of course you did. Kyla catches all her diamonds on like tiny little lures and it's like, I don't know what to tell you.
Just get good.
I just caught it on the smallest thing ever. Well, you just do that. And I catch bronzes over and over again. 4.4 is max? So do they all have a max? Because like the community record obviously is sort of the, let's say, proposed max. But is there technically a maximum too? I guess there has to be. It's free on Game Pass. Oh yeah, I knew that. That's an option too. You can get the Angler from sites like, I don't know how to say that, or G2A for like $5. Ah, that I did not know. Oh, is that guy coming to hit this? Now I don't know if that means he's any better than the ones that we caught on the 3s, but you would think that's a good thing. No, that seems to have made literally no difference whatsoever. We're still going to catch, like, about a 15-pounder. And it probably eliminates the smallmouths? I might go to a 2 then. Because at least if we can keep the babies from biting. Kyla's better than you? We've already established this, though. We don't need to rehash the past. New to the Anglers, are there any tips or vids I should watch? There probably are guides out there. It's never a bad idea to go and look that kind of stuff up. As far as tips and stuff though, like, honestly, follow the tutorials in the beginning. Try to upgrade your equipment to be able to catch bigger fish. And the daily challenges, dailies and weeklies, give you a bunch of XP. I'd highly recommend trying to get those done every day and week. We could rehash hash. Ooh, I could make some hash right now. Kyla did want to have like breakfast for dinner, but I don't think we have potatoes, so I can't make hash. Maybe I'll do the Vidalia onion in with the eggs though. Check out some of Darth Sloan's guides. There you go. I think he actually did restart into a beginner guide too. Hello there. Wait, I never switched lures. Ooh. A little tension, you say? Come here. Probably just a 20-pounder, but better that than what we've been catching. They get to like 50 something. They're massive. I wish I had a bigger... Is now the right time for them? Let's see what I have. See if we can catch a real thickin'. Are they bottom feeders? Hello, sir. Come here. What's that? So in theory, bottom fishing will work, huh? Popper dough frog. Sleeping. Oh, I don't have dough with me? Why do I suck? You guys eat anything else? That's not what I asked. Corn, but I think I had artificial. Crankbait, grub, spinner, jerkbait. Worm? That's the bread. Do I have real corn or artificial corn? Be right back. Gotta go buy stuff at the store. Playing Call of the Wild for one teal? Like a green wing teal or a cinnamon teal? Wait, where did I go? Is this not the right place? No, it is. Doesn't look right. Real something, I think that said. Thank you for subscribing. It went away and I cannot see the name anymore because YouTube alerts are dumb with subscriptions. Alright. Dough was the thing it recommended, so... Oh, look, I even have some. That's because I used up all my red worms trying to grind, Why did it take my boat? I thought... Is that only when you stop playing? Anyway. Trying to grind gold pumpkin seeds. What pop reset? All the bears are going to get a pop reset with the next update. Go for carp, got my PB in the profile pic. I guess what I'm doing is going to be the same as how you would fish for carp. But that's unfortunately the reason that I don't love to do it is it's kind of not the most interesting thing to do on stream. We're going to try it a little bit here for the yellowfish. Isn't the waterfall the best place for them? From over there? All the way up north. I thought you said from where you are now. Look on the map. So from where you are or no?
Yeah,
I'm north of you. What are you talking about? You can... What?
I've never gone to Diamond. I haven't seen people get Diamonds there.
Okay.
You good?
I don't know.
Don't get me.
Well, when you said they're all the way up north and I was north of you, I got really confused. What's your opinion on people's thoughts on the Africa 2.0 map? What do you mean by that? You're taking their time with the new map. What do you think it's going to be? I have no idea, honestly. I'm hoping... I mean, I've been wanting Greenland, but I don't think it's going to be that. Honestly, if it has a bunch of new species, and ideally the opportunity to grind for whatever new great one we get, I think I'll like it. Slowly but surely. Like, would you like to see an Africa 2.0 map? Yeah, I've been asking for that for 3 or 4 years. It surprises me they haven't done it. I'm sure they have analytics and metrics and stuff as to why they haven't done it, but I don't understand it. My opinion is that people should think about Africa 2.0. But what are your thoughts on your opinion about that, is what I want to know. I really wish you could just fast travel to this stupid boat launch. Not have to run all the way. because it's their oh crap we're losing a map. I mean, I may be crazy, but based on the analytics of recent Call of the Wild content across the community, I would assume they're getting close to there. Does anyone know whether the new map will be included in the expansion pass? I have no idea there. Predict we'll get an Asia map, but no new great one yet. If we go a year between maps and a year between great ones, I think the community is going to riot. I can't imagine they would do that. What do I have set up here? That's not the reel I would want. Oh. Well, isn't that annoying? Doe can only go on a size 1 hook, so I should have gotten a different type of bait. But at least we're going to catch some stuff. Would you like to see an elephant in Call of the Wild? I mean, yeah, like, I think I'd like to hunt them. I can imagine there being significant issues with adding something that size to the game, though. I thought Jaxy confirmed they're working on a great one. I said that earlier, too. I thought Jaxy had said there was going to be one, but I'm not 100% sure that he said that. Jaxy said it's the calm before the storm. Sounds to me like they're getting ready to announce something maybe tomorrow. That'd be nice. How do you... Wait, just asking, how do you get a diamond fish in this game? Pretty much you just have to catch one above a certain weight. There's no, like, you know, bonuses or anything like the way that the Hunter Call of the Wild work with diamonds. Going to the correct area is a good idea, so if there's a particular species of fish you want to catch a diamond of, what I would do is go to the trophy gallery in the official Discord, search up whatever species you're after. Most people, when they catch a diamond, post the location as well in the Discord, so you can go and go to that same spot. I'd highly recommend doing that. Time of day matters too. I would try to match the time of day if you can. What's going on, RedneckJay? Thank you for the 61 months. Welcome back. Just graduated Air Force Tech School, about to get deployed. Well, I think I've told you this before, but in case I haven't, thank you for your service. Hopefully that all goes well for you. And again, thank you for the 61 months, 5+ years. I appreciate that. Maybe size 1's not too big because we're not getting a bite. If I remember right, he said they were working on one, but if there's bugs or complications, then it might be on the back burner. Boy, I hope that doesn't happen. That would be unfortunate. Is your girlfriend a hot Cheetos girl? I think regular Cheetos. You don't like hot anything. You like hot Cheetos? No. Apparently so. Huh? Oh yeah. I don't think they can really afford to skip the next map release. Surely he meant just the great one with that comment, but even that, I don't know if they can afford to skip. Are you catching anything? Nothing's happening. You led me astray again. Why do you do this? Hey, do the missions on Spain. You'll get that rod. Oh, it's not in there. Sorry. Now that you're done with them. Jalapeno Cheetos? Any good fish yet? I think we have one gold smallmouth yellowfish. We're trying to catch a largemouth yellowfish because I've never even caught a halfway decent one. So we're bottom fishing right now, which actually I'm not 100% sure that works, but I think it should work. I don't see why not. Wrong thing. Hard fighter, last stand. Well, yeah, I was about to try a spoon again, see if that makes any difference. Use a spinner for largemouth or popper? Is it not worth fishing on the bottom? My thought was to use a larger hook, but actually, I think I have a size 1 spoon, and because I was using dough, I can't go above a size 1 hook anyway, so that's kind of pointless. Have you shot or caught anything noteworthy? We killed so many bears and didn't have anything to speak of. From Medved, Yukon, or SRP. I think we've just had the one gold smallmouth yellowfish so far. We're probably going to go for another 40 minutes, something like that. Then I got to go and plant some blueberry bushes and make dinner. So that will probably be... I really wish it was daylight. I might switch servers. I hate fishing at night. Let's try to catch one from this river. Maybe we'll get lucky and it'll be a diamond. Who knows? And then, yeah, we might find a daylight server. No ribbon Thule? I mean, brown bear on Medved are just so much better to hunt. Gotta support a fellow Pennsylvania? Well, I appreciate it, man. Use a size 2 popper? I should probably bring bigger poppers with me. I only ever use that 5, or like the 2-aught that I use for Goldstein. Any diamonds today? None yet. 1 gold smallmouth yellowfish, which frankly I need gold tokens, so happy with that. First time I joined a stream with more than 5 minutes left. Well, I'm glad you can make it in, man. Hope the update soon. I'd love to start my bear grind. I was too lazy to start before. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to grind for the gold albinos that I want. However, you can guarantee when that update drops, I'm going to thoroughly check all my maps for albinos, and then I'm going to hit multiplayer. I can't wait for that. The thought of maybe adding a gold albino grizzly to that multi-mount is still alive. Danny, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate the support. I wonder how far out new maps are planned. Like, was this the next map planned when SRP released, or after, like, Rev? Good question. I imagine it's like, when they would do 2 maps a year. I'd imagine they had at least both of those planned. I swear I just saw a fish. Sure did. It's nothing special, though. Alright, I'm gonna back out of here once we catch this guy, and we'll try to get some daylight server. Because I'd like to be able to see. No luck with turkeys yet, Game Hunter. Had a decent little hunt Saturday. I had one... I really thought I had him. Because... And I never really got that close. But... I got to my spot. I got there in pitch black because it was overcast. I don't think it was raining at the time. Or maybe it did rain a little bit that morning. But, I got in my blind, I got the camera set up, I'm sitting there. I actually just leaned back and closed my eyes because I was real tired and I was going to take a nap. And I heard him like 200 yards below me, and I was like, oh. Alright, that's not too far away, and I didn't want to leave the blind because I didn't want to get the camera wet, because there was at least rain in the forecast. And I waited a while, started calling a little bit, he'd respond to my calls, but then as the morning wore on, he gobbled to everything. Every crow I heard, traffic downtown, a plane. Like, he would just gobble at any loud sound, and I was like, that's not good. And ultimately, when he finally flew down, because he stayed on the roost forever, too, he was still standing down there gobbling at everything. And the only birds I've ever seen do anything like that are with the hen. When they stand in place and gobble at everything, I think he was already with one. Thinking of getting Spain or Africa for the angler, which is the better choice? Tombstone says Spain. Africa doesn't have any legendaries. I personally prefer the species list of Africa over Spain, but the legendaries definitely does help with Spain. I will say though, I've been catching a bunch of pumpkin seeds and stuff on Spain, and I don't mind just sitting there. Like, it's a fun. If you need something to do on the side, like maybe you're, I don't know what a good example is, but if you're like writing a paper, this seems like a bad thing to advise playing the game while doing homework, but if you're doing something like where you can maybe casually have the angler going on the side, Spain's a great map for that because so much of it's bait fishing. Have you ever been to a Buc-ee's? No, we go past them driving to Georgia, and sometimes I think about it, but honestly, when we're making those drives, I'm just trying to make it happen as fast as possible. Trying to stop at a gas station, buy like a bag of chips and a drink or whatever I need, and go. Me done be now. Do be now. What's that, Ian? To daylight we go. I have to go for the jerky wall or whatever. Give me daylight or give me death. They're playing, plus the fishing is better in Africa. That is true. Obviously, they're playing, so that's something to consider. It'll put me in the same map. Same server, even. Look at the sun going through my ear. Guess I'll cast until I see if this is the same server. Fishing for the purple LeBeau right now. Goofiest fish in the game, I swear. They definitely have a look unlike any other fish in the game. Even the red-nosed LeBeau look nothing like that. Do you use Tacticam 6.0? Mine's like a 4.0. It's kind of old. And I gotta put it on my shotgun, actually, because I've been worried about this. I had this happen maybe Friday morning? Thursday or Friday morning. I was sitting in my blind, it's pretty quiet, wasn't hearing much, and all of a sudden I look over and there's a bird like 15 yards away. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna happen. And then I realized it was a hen. But like, in that particular instance, there's no getting it's 15 yards, and yeah, I'm in a blind, but I'm not getting my camera spun around. Like, I'm gonna have to move it, you know, several feet inside the blind without making any noise and without making enough movement to get caught. A Tacticam on the shotgun, at least you get the shot on film. Like, they are really good for that kind of thing. And like I said, I still haven't mounted mine to my gun despite having that happen. Later, Game Hunter. Well, I don't know what time it is in this server now, but at least it's daylight. This says, oh, it's, well, still going backwards. I'm gonna go back, well, guess I'll stay here. Apparently this is supposed to be good for largemouth yellowfish, but I think Kyla lied to us. I think she sent us on a wild fish chase. Huh? Well, it's gone, looks like 1644 right now. Hey, Summer. Well, come on in. We still got a little bit of time left in the stream. Probably going to go for like 30 more minutes, something like that. 6:30 sort of my planned end time right now. Trying to catch a couple more golds. I think I'm going to, if I don't catch something in the next, I give it 5 casts. We're just going to go back to smallmouth yellowfish because I know I can get golds to them. I just like the idea of catching a 50-pound giant largemouth. Have you tried the Tacticam on a bow? Yeah. That kind of freaked me out. The light right underneath me here, I thought there was like a whale. So I've had it on a bow, and I've shot a couple things with it on the bow. Oh, there we go. Now the first thing was a squirrel. You can't hardly see anything that's going on there. I also, and this is when I was younger, I hit a buck with it, and I was really close to, like, I almost might have single-lunged it, I'm not sure. Didn't ultimately kill it. I saw it the next day when I went back to look for it. But it's okay footage with the bow, but funny enough, it actually looks better on a gun. I think because with a bow, like, once you take that shot, obviously there's significant vibration and stuff throughout the riser. The thing that's really not so good with the Tacticam on a bow, though, it's a stabilizer mounted thing. Unless they make other mounts now, maybe they do. But I wouldn't do the stabilizer mount. It's not enough weight and it's too short. Now maybe if you get the stabilizers that have like the threaded insert, what's the thing I want? Where you can add weight to the end with the same bolt size as a regular stabilizer, that would work. So you put your Tacticam on the end of an already existing maybe short stabilizer. I would not use just the Tacticam as a stabilizer. It's not enough weight. Was playing Classic Saturday on Red Feather, saw an elk with a massive frame, 374 with a subtotal of 393. Elk are just, they're so tough. Everything has to go right. And I learned, I didn't even realize, you know, about the crown tines and stuff like that when I got my 400 the other week. You can have stickers that actually help you. Like in that case, that should have ended up being like a 394 or something. But he had those stickers that gave him some additional scoring. Now, if he didn't have the other abnormals, he was a 408 without those deductions. But, you know, some things worked against me, but luckily a couple of things worked, you know, with me too, to help that one out. Threaded weights like the UltraView stabilizer? I think that's the kind of thing I'm talking about, yeah. I see a fish chasing this. Took 12 years. Not even big. My good friend's in a wheelchair permanently, and he might start playing Call of the Wild. I had, this was years ago. I had someone who was in a wheelchair. I don't remember why, but they would email me all the time and ask me questions about the game and stuff. And I think they used to hunt out. I thought it was cool that they could at least kind of get that hunting experience through Call of the Wild. Is that a yellowfish? That doesn't look like one. Yeah, it is. Had problems earlier in my game on the Norway map. I was getting massive frame drops. I can't say I've ever had any issues in the Angler. I've had issues in the Hunter before. I don't think I've ever dropped frames here. Ah! I spun my camera the wrong way. Maybe a little further down will be the spot. I kind of wish it wasn't so loud here. I guess I could turn my headset down. All the silver seeing. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's one of those things. Do I want to catch one big one or have a chance at catching one big one? Or should we go and catch multiple smallmouths? Maybe we'll split it. 15 minutes more of this, 15 minutes of smallmouths, huh? Oh, yeah, you brought me over here to catch tiny largemouth yellowfish and went to my spot, huh? This is what she does. Oh yeah, go and do this. This is how I caught my diamond. I'm gonna go to your spot though. Yeah, right. You didn't.
Yes, I did.
You paid for it. You bought it. Pay to win. I'm in that same boat too. Definitely makes hunting a lot harder. You definitely need to have someone with you. I can imagine. Must be a me problem. Norway I could see being more like hardware heavy. That's not the word I wanted, but something like that. It's a pretty big, like, expansive map. From Expansive Worlds, imagine. Fly just flew into my hands. I was carrying in my coffee cup. Thought it was a bee. Needless to say, my phone, shirt, and door are now all drenched. I hate that. When it's, like, is one thing, I think, to trip or, like, I've had, like, say, Shadow knock my coffee cup when it's in my hand, and I won't even drop it, but it'll get, like, especially in the winter, I'll sit up here with a blanket on in the morning. And it'll get on the blanket, and I gotta go and wash that, and I gotta change shirts. It's the worst. But when it's something like that, where it's like, I didn't need to do that, but it freaked me out, I don't know, that makes me so mad. What's up, lover? Literally, she just goes to the spot where you were. Literally, it's just like, it's all intentional. Yeah, okay. That's the same spot.
No, it's not.
It's the same lake. Hey, Brooks. Welcome on in. Literally flew into the palm of the hand I was holding the coffee cup in. I hate bees and stuff too. Like, ooh. I don't know what that was. I'm not like deathly allergic, but if I got stung by a bunch, it probably would kill me. I'm allergic to where I swell up pretty bad. I was I don't know how. I really could have been in trouble on this. I was trimming shooting lanes. I just didn't see it. I was cutting the top out of a tree, and I cut down. Do you guys know what black-faced hornets are? They're like 2 or 3 times the size of yellow jackets, and their stings are so much nastier. I cut down one of their nests, like chopped the top of the tree out with a nest in it, and started dragging it. And all of a sudden, I look, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's a bee's nest!" And they were all. Was that the Angels game a couple of weeks ago? Those bees were all on the net. They were doing that on one of the branches next to it. I don't have a clue why they didn't come after me. But like, that legitimately could have sent me to the hospital if not killed me. No idea why they didn't come after me. Maybe they decided to spare me. They might be the same thing, Clark. I don't know. Is it just me or do they really speed up the water? In some rivers, I think it's faster than they've had it before. Welcome back in. They sound horrible? Yeah, they're rough. It's kind of, if you do work outside, it's kind of inevitable you're going to get into them eventually. I was just lucky in that case. They said I watched Flinter on YouTube, I'll spare him. Because that was the thing, like, I was way back in the brush. Where's that? Yeah, we're pretty much over it. I want to cast over top of this deep spot. Anyway, I was way back in the brush. It was September, maybe? So all this stuff was like 10 foot high. If you tried to run through it, it's only a couple hundred yards, but it would take you 10 or 15 minutes. I don't know how long I'd have until my airway would have swelled shut. Would have been bad. When will you release the next Way the Hunter video? My plan is to have one maybe like Thursday. So tomorrow is going to be a fun Call of the Wild video. Wednesday, I assume will also be Call of the Wild. Now, Way the Hunter supposedly is revealing something based on the picture they put in their Discord, potentially to do with like new clothing or customization of some kind. So there might be a video like looking at that tomorrow, but I don't know. I'm planning on turkey hunting in the morning. If it's not anything more than just clothing, I might not cover it until just the Thursday, like regular let's go hunt and also talk about this type thing. Do you know who Fooster is? I do. Gotta go to sleep? No worries, man. Appreciate you jumping in. For me, the worst things, the hornets that burrow in the ground, we just call them ground bees. We had them last year, right next to the walkway. And I think I had just gotten home from Walmart. Again, I don't know how I didn't get stung, because I walked right over their nest. But Shadow, when I leave and come back, just loses her mind. She gets super happy, like, jumps up on me, runs around, gets zoomies. And at some point, she ran over their nest. And, like, we were carrying groceries, and Kyla goes, something just stung her. And I look, and she's got a couple of bees swarming around her. And the poor dog, like, I was yelling, like, come on, come in the house. And she wouldn't, so I ran over there and smacked the bees and killed them. But now she's thinking I'm hitting her. And I'm like, come on, let's get in the house. Like, I'm freaking out because I can't be over there. I'm going to get stung and die. So I finally got her in the house. And she was just, like, perplexed. I was so, like, mad that I couldn't do anything. So I brought gasoline, dumped that down their nest, lit a match, threw that down there. Didn't blow it up, but set the whole thing on fire. Killed a bunch of them. Then there were more the next day. I found another entrance, so I dumped more gasoline down there, set that on fire. No messing with the dog, okay? Oh, wise Grandpa Flantro, should I play Call of the Wild? Back in my day, us kids would go outside and we would beat each other with sticks. I think that's a yes. Willing to rush the bees? I don't know how many, like, stings from, like, these particular ones were stinging her, like, around her hip, I think. But I don't know how many stings, like, a small dog can absorb. Like, I assume they can't just get stung a bunch of times and be fine. She's a little fighter, but I don't know. Too dry for me to pour gas down one of those, I'd cause a brush fire? I didn't think of that, but I think it was pretty dry. Or, I mean, it had been raining a decent bit at the time. It rained like all summer. Mind if I fish here?
Why do you like that?
Where's your hair? Gonna fish right here. Max score for Crocs, 530. Oh, nice, a 437 Rocky. That's awesome, man. I've had a couple that I thought were going to be 400s in the last couple days, and they haven't topped it, but that's, in addition to trying to get a 400 non-tip, that's what I'm hoping I catch at some catch. We can blame the fact that I'm playing the angler, right? Hoping I get at some point is like at least a 420 Rocky. I had a 422 years ago, pre-lodges. And I don't even know that I have a 14s since. I remember helping G-Man kill one. I found one. I was like, hey, there's a 400 up here. Come kill it. But I haven't shot one of my own in forever. Just like 401, 400 flat. Oop. 404 I think is my biggest right now. Did he ask for Crocs? Or did he ask for Gators? I might have lied. Oh yeah, it was Crocs. Yeah, 1100 for Crocs. My bad. I hunted Mississippi today. Kind of thing good yet? We had one gold smallmouth yellowfish earlier. And then Kyla sent us on a wild goose chase to catch largemouths, but then she just came back to where we were catching all the big ones, so. That looks like a nice fish, by the way. Close. I have the best, worst luck ever. Oh, where'd that go? It disappeared. Could have been the two saddest movies I ever saw combined. When do you do your streams? Your character looks so creepy, by the way, when I have my boat facing through.
No, don't be my space.
This is my spot.
No, it's not.
It is. I fished here in early access. I was the first person to ever fish here. That's probably not true. How do you get the 44 lever? It's in the... What the heck is that pack called? The one with the E-collar. I saw it. It's not even a big one. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I already caught
I've
one.
already caught 3 golds already.
Yeah, because you sent me over to that other spot to get ahead of me. Now that I'm here, you're in trouble now. I'm going to catch up. As soon as I cast over your line and have you messing with it. Ambusher pack, that's it, yeah. Got the legendary largemouth and legendary brown trout right after I got into the stream. There you go. Was the trout really easy for you? I caught him in like 5 minutes the one day and I was kind of disappointed. Dish soap in a water hose drowns the whole nest? So I can't remember why I didn't. So I didn't know about the dish soap. But my initial plan had been to just put the water hose there and drown them. I think my worry was if they had other exits. And I thought maybe if I did the gasoline thing, it would just burn them before they had a chance to get out. I really like moose, so I hunted for a diamond moose. Still have 0 diamond moose, but now I have a great one. Spelling error, had to rewrite. I gotcha, okay. Oh, is this a largemouth, I think? Would you recommend the ambusher pack? The 44 lever action is the only thing it's worth it for. Now, it's a really good gun. If you hunt a lot of axis deer, bobcats, lynx, class 3 animals, it's fantastic for that. It's also a really good aggressive croc and gator gun because of its absurd penetration. The takedown recurve is alright. It's nothing special. And I'm not going to lie, the e-collar just... Like, it's fine. It's good for bird hunters. But it's barely... The thing about it is, it's so heavy. It only makes sense on, like, Reventuli Coast. There's almost no map where you ever carry as many collars as the amount of weight that thing takes up. If you just place it at your bird setups, and you don't have to carry it from place to place, that's maybe a spot where you could have it be worth it too. How big is a big male? Big male is in the eye of the beholder. Just hang a strip of raw bacon right over the sudsy water and watch the bucket fill up with bees. Tried making the e-collar the feature of my hunts. I had fun with it. Like, it's a fun novelty thing for me. In no way do I find it practical though. .79. Close. Gotta go, Gramps. Have a good day. Don't die on me. Yeah, I'll try my best, Sonny. Still breathing. Truth be told, is more of a pain in the butt than traditional collars. Picking up every time just adds a step. Yeah, and again, the weight of it. Like, it's 5 units. You'd have to carry 10 collars. And on Reventuli, you can make the argument that you might need 10. between all the ducks, and if you want to have bear, deer, lynx, raccoon dog, like those are the same ones, yeah, you might need 10 calls. So the e-collar maybe makes more sense there. But again, like you said, you do have to place it and pick it back up. Now, at least you don't have to continue calling. Once you put it down, it calls forever. That's nice. But that's only applicable really with bird hunting anyway. How'd you get to school? It was a 5-mile walk, uphill both ways, in the snow barefoot, wearing the sack that Mama made. It was different times. What happened to the old alerts now? What's that, the holy or whatever? When I did the new, well, that was fast. When I did the new graphics and stuff, we got a new alert sound. I still, at some point, I want to put together a couple other ones that are maybe similar but a little bit different just so I can tell by ear what's happening. Sometimes, that's a decent looking fish. What is that? That's a largemouth. Sometimes when, you know, maybe I'm in the middle of a sentence and let's say the alert is for a follow versus gifted subs versus super chat or whatever, that may impact how quickly I try to end whatever I'm talking about so I can go and read the alert. I was already spec'd for carrying 23 weight units, so the space wasn't so bad, but the constant picking up and moving it irked me. Yeah, I'm the same way. I think the old collars are perfectly functional. If you're someone who, yeah, only hunts one spot, if you hunt the heck out of birds, the e-collar's good for that kind of thing. You can leave it there, you don't have to keep on picking it up. But it's 1 per map. In Classic, those e-collars, I think you can place, I forget, it's 4 or 6 or maybe more than that. How we've ended up with only 1 per map, I don't know. What are you catching those little things for? Big male's better than twig male? Darn right. Oh, that sound, that was TK on a EW stream. I do not remember what caused that either. I don't remember. He either like messed up a shot or something and made that sound, and I was like, I need to make that my sound alert. That's been quite some time since we've had that one. I probably don't even have the sound file anymore. I don't know what PC I had that on. It wouldn't be on this one. Tripod and AFK with the e-collar? Yeah, it's another use for it. Not gonna lie, I kind of like the other end of this lake better. I will.
Why are you so annoying? Go away.
Too bad this doesn't have a horn, you'd really be in trouble. Got another win 3 today. Mel's Diamond or Great One Obsession has now been taken over by Fortnite wins. Does TK still work for EW? He had like, for a while there, can't even catch a 10-pound fish, pathetic. For a while there, I think he was like almost subcontracted out to do their classic streams. Does he still do them? Okay, I didn't know that. I never see them. Why don't they pop up? I see they're called the Wild streams. I get the alerts all the time. When do they do classic streams? That's on the Expansive Worlds channel? Oh, it's on TK's channel. No wonder I don't see it then. Wait, is he streaming classic or is he streaming for classic? I had no idea he was still doing that. But that's why I didn't know. I thought it was on Expansive Worlds channel. It's called taking my depression out on 12s? How do you know 12s play Fortnite? I should have gotten more fake Mountain Dew. Although I guess I'm ending this in 10 minutes. Gotta plant the blueberry bushes so we can Be subsistence farmers with our blueberries. Why? Did you not plant those today? Oh, that's right, yeah.
I was about to say, what are you doing?
I swear that I bought them, so I don't know where they are. What you mean pop reset? So all the bear species are going to have their populations reset with the next update. Grizzly, brown bear, black bear. It's going to have them in the new drink times, which is going to be fantastic. Just a little too small. Huh?
So you don't manually do it.
Which, and I don't think I'm the only one that had this issue. But for me, I shot a bunch of grizzly bears, I shot a bunch of black bears in the night zones, then went back to hunting in the daylight. And I got the impression that didn't work right. Some of my bears weren't showing up like they used to. Probably in the 9 region? Oh, 7, that's not even close. When's the update? We don't know exactly, but my guess is that it's probably about a month away. Something like that. Please give me an initial spawn bear. I just want a gold albino, which that's probably more to ask for than a diamond in all honesty, but you know. Fort Mel, I just saw that. Yep, that's the new channel name. Mel's Gaming, it's gone to Mel's Fortnite. Mel's stunting on 12s. That kind of rhymed. Maybe this one's like 9 pounds. That's like within a half a pound of gold. That's so unfortunate. Might be less than that, like a quarter pound. Hey Jessica, welcome on in. Mel V12, perfect. It's a decent little one swimming right in front of us there. If that's a yellowfish, that's a gold. Or if that's a smallmouth yellowfish. I think it was, because he was faster than a largemouth, and it didn't look like a tigerfish to me. I think we got a gold. Haven't played Call of the Wild since December, Red Dead, then Way the Samurai. Every time I put in, like, the title Way the Hunter in the game section for a YouTube upload, Way the Samurai is always the first thing that comes up. What? That was so much tension. That was more tension than the 10 pound. That's odd. I feel gypped. Complete with a compilation of rock music in the background and kids screaming hacks over mic. Is Way the Samurai multiplayer? Or online or whatever? Good series for being always under budgeted. Fair enough. Well, that's just not a smallmouth, based on that tension. Talk about Mel and Fortnite? Oh. Yeah, it's gotta be a largemouth. Racking up kills while kids cry on their mics. Put a gif of, is that DJ Khaled, I think? Another one? Is that him? What's up, all? Sorry I was late. I'm heading to do some fishing myself. No worries, man. It's a heck of a buck in your profile picture, by the way. It's actually really fun. I wouldn't enjoy it, but I don't like most competitive shooty games. I'm a bad barometer for such things. Now, if that was a smallmouth yellowfish, that's like diamond, but you know. Choose Your Own Adventure. The third game has 27 endings. That's actually cool. Like, I know it's a weird comparison, but when I did my Choose Your Own Hunt thing, I think there were only 3 total endings. There were a bunch of different paths you could have gone on, but you'd ultimately end up at one of those 3 spots. The more endings you can have in that sort of thing, the more interactive the whole thing is. My youngest son had a good lord, rage. My mind was trying to say range fit. One time for being spawn killed, he lost gaming for a month. I'm sure I'd have done it too. When I played Madden when I was younger, the amount of like random things that would just upset me beyond a reasonable amount. Have you ever played Fishing Planet? I have like 30 minutes in it. Is that like Tenacious D in the Pick of Destiny? Hi. That almost looks goldish to me. It'd be close. Spawn killing is something you have to deal with as a gamer or go back to single player games. Fair enough. Hey, you're looking the wrong way. There's the lure behind you. Of course, he swam right underneath me. Well, hopefully he just comes out and gets it eventually. They're adding an ocean update. Wondered if you were going to play it since you played the Angler. Is that going to be their first, like, saltwater fishing? I don't know if I'll mess with it or not. I might. We'll see. I feel like having basically no time, therefore no levels and anything, probably getting into it now is not going to be a reasonable thing, but you never know. If it's good enough, I might. What's your favorite game that you've played? Like, of all games ever? I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2 is about as good of a game as I've ever played. I could play it again in multiplayer. The single player experience was so, like, I guess profound with the ending and stuff that I don't think I'd want to play through it again, because I'd, like, knowing what's coming, I would just dread the ending. I think, Clark, didn't you say you were you really slowed down at chapter 5 or something? Love a lot of games, but that one was in a league of its own. Exactly. Just the... And hopefully GTA 6 is going to be like this too, but the... Because everything was so, like, interactive, all the characters had, like, different lines, so, like, when you talk to the same person multiple times, even in the same scenario, they're going to say different things. Basically, every house or shack, whatever you could enter, there was nothing that you ran into and, like, you can't go in that house, or you can't do this or that. And that kind of thing does break immersion in games, even, you know, big open world games. Red Dead did a fantastic job of avoiding that. The music and the story. So there's a song, and I can't actually remember which exact thing, but there's a song with one of the very last... I think it's when Arthur's having flashbacks, like, there's different voice flashbacks. I think it was then TK's Red Deer Hunt video. At the very beginning, it was a very similar song, and every time I was like, no, I don't want to see it. Reminds me of that. 480 hours? That's probably double what I had. But in single player, I maybe only had 70 to 100. I had a lot in multiplayer. What time is it? Oh, 6:30. Alright. One more catch. No, watch, they'll quit biting. Can't speak to the Baldur's Gate? I can't either, it won't talk back to me. Middleson loves that in Final Fantasy XIV. Never played any of those games either. Red Dead 2 broke you for like a good week. That's a nice yellowfish. I would just like go and sit outside and just sit for a minute and be like, what ways could they undo the ending in Red Dead 3? Ah, it's so close to a gold. Okay, I lied. One more catch. I'm not going to sit here and wait for a gold, but that one annoys me that it was almost there. There's Unshaken when he returns from Guarma. There's the attack on the fort, and it's the Western theme song. Then there's the way... It must be the way it is. It must be that one. Well, that ain't a gold, I can tell you that. You guys are going to get me thinking about it again. I took out Thomas Downs, but when you right away, the game respawns him. Only thing is, it actually broke my immersion. Oh, no. Both Red Dead games were amazing, but Rockstar just has a habit of punching you right in the pants at the end of their games. Well, like in GTA 5, you have the option of, like, killing... I don't think you could kill Franklin, right? But you could kill Trevor or Michael. I don't know that I ever... I think I did play all the way to the end, and I think I just chose the... whatever they call it. The not kill either one of them ending. But they kill off their characters, like, in, I guess, a lot of their games. I lied about one more cast, but this really is the last fish. No worries, all. We're going to wrap up the stream here as well. That's got to be a largemouth because it's so slow. Yeah, based on that tension, I think we can be rather certain. Sag indeed. Take your time there, buddy. Did I miss anything? Nothing real special. I think we only ended up catching one, or maybe we caught 2 gold smallmouth yellowfish. All the bear hunting we did, killed so many bears. We killed a ton of brown bears. Quite a few grizzlies, whole bunch of black bears. Not a level 9 or rare in sight, so... I guess the good thing is we kind of got to check all those things, and we didn't end up finding, you know, any rares that may get reset away. Now, we killed a bunch of stuff, and now there's a bunch of respawns, but that just is what it is. Nice stream. We'll be back next time. Sounds good, man. Looking forward to that. I'm hoping I can maybe sneak an extra YouTube stream in at some point this week, but depends on how much turkey hunting I end up doing. This should be the biggest largemouth yellowfish we caught, but he still won't be even close to a gold. I'm guessing like 25 pounds. Thank you, K-Flow. I like doing them this way. You get like a couple hours of hunting, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of fishing. Good little combo. 23 pounder. At least it's the heaviest fish we caught. To wrap it up. And like I said, I'd stay longer and keep on fishing, try to catch some more golds if I didn't have some stuff to do. So I think on that note, that's going to do it for this stream. As always, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the support. And thanks for sticking around for an hour and a half of fishing. Keep me entertained. Red Dead chat and all that kind of stuff. And I will see you in tomorrow's video. It's a fun little hunt over on Mississippi. Really looking forward to seeing what you guys think of that.